All right.
Okay.
We are live. Let me get everything pulled
Hello,
up
Internet.
here.
Hi, Mom.
What is going on, Michael? Thanks for hopping on here, buddy. We have
Glad to be here.
quite a few things to talk about today. So, Mike, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what we're talking about today.
Hi, my name is Mike. I am a Canadian-born citizen, and I would like to discuss with the audience here and also my fellow host about how America, in my point of view, is great and incomparable to any other nation that has ever existed.
Right on. So, you can just call me Jonah, by the way.
No problem.
We probably should have told you that before we hopped on,
Don't worry
but
about it.
it's all
Don't
good.
worry.
It's all
We
good.
free ball it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh man, hitting the
All
sweet
about having a
spot.
good time here.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the game. We're all just having a conversation, just hanging out, trying to get to the bottom of things, trying to get to the truth. So
And we figure it out as we go along.
100%. That's the reason for the channel. So I guess where we could start is a little bit of my perspective, being a native. Um, they raise you to live, to think one way, right? Not question
Right.
things, march in lockstep. And that they start you off at a very early age doing that, right? All the way from elementary school. Yeah. And
Pledging
then
allegiance to the flag.
right, yeah. I mean you could definitely say that, right? Blind allegiance. I definitely think that does preach that does condition blind allegiance. I think that does. And I think that definitely is an issue. Um,
It depends on how you look at it.
well, true. Especially if, actually, you could probably say what's going on today with a lot of I mean, both right and left wing people. You could definitely say that. Um,
I
but
put air quotes in it because, obviously we're supposed to all be both on the same side.
supposed to be,
Yeah, that's the
supposed to
key word.
be, but that's not when when have we ever been on the same side of anything? But so hang on, let me
But
get.
I believe in that strife, in that duality that you guys project. It creates the route in which you guys push forward. So in as much as we're seeing in like current events how it's very dysfunctional. I think at a certain point in time it was the like proper status quo on how a state should be run, a republic.
Right, when it started. I mean,
Yes.
we could definitely say when it started for sure, because we weren't supposed to have taxes, right? But
No,
you know,
that's the reason why you guys started off in the first place.
oh yeah, exactly, and that's the reason why everyone was coming over here. But
In droves,
it
in
oh
droves
oh
they
yeah,
came.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, from Ireland,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
the UK,
Oh yeah.
China, with the
Oh yeah.
49ers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all kinds of different people. But what as a native growing up, they don't teach you these things. They teach you what they want you to understand, right? And then you come to
Yeah.
find out, well, turns out that Abraham Lincoln wasn't exactly who he said he was. Turns out that he didn't care if the slaves were free or not. That the Emancipation Proclamation only affected the northern states. Then you come to find out that with the Mexican American War, that we essentially provoked Mexico to strike us, and then we got involved by annexing Texas territory. So, and then you see us getting into a bunch of conflicts with nations that we had no business being. Korea, Vietnam, all of those places, right?
That's
And
two great
then
examples already.
all of the regime changes through the CIA, you know, in
We don't talk
Iraq,
about South
Afghanistan.
America,
We don't talk about South America. We did
especially no.
we did have a comment here. What's going on, boss man? Follow your heart, but bring your brain. That's a really good point. A lot of people don't learn mindfulness, right? And true critical thinking skills. It's more memorization. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? That really speaks to what I was talking about just a couple of minutes ago. Was the conditioning? They teach you to memorize. They don't teach you to think, right? And
Nope.
I don't know how that is in other countries. Do you think you can elaborate what you or tell us what you experienced growing up?
Well, I know two things. The whole complete history of my province that I live in, which is in Quebec.
Hmm.
So you get that type of propaganda, and you also get the Canadian propaganda that I've also grown up with, which was remember Passchendaele and, November 11th.
Oh, you're talking
And I
about
find it weird.
2001?
I find, well, Passchendaele, well, yes, that was a movie, but I'm talking about like more of like the actual battle in World War One
Oh, okay, okay.
and the poppy that we wear every like November 11th, which is 6 days ago now. But
Hmm.
yeah, I remember for sure. I remember the sacrifice that all those brave men did for banks. Oh, whoops. I said too much.
It's always it's always the banks. That's always what it is. It's always the banks, dude. When you begin to realize that banks weren't centralized until 1913, things really start to become clear, and then we got into two different world wars. Not even 30 years after that. So
Well, I mean, 1914 was the start of World War One. And they do describe 1914 as like the calmest start to a war because while they were moving into position, no soldier was firing upon the other.
hmm.
Not as much as when it started blowing over in 1915 to 17. And then you guys joined in the fray.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then we absolutely got into it, but that was after we decided to put some of our personnel or some of our tourists onto cargo ships that had munitions in waters that we had no business being in, and then Germany, struck that cargo ship and sunk it. Got a comment here from Spectre. All my personal growth journey happened in martial arts growing up, and after I became an
Yeah.
adult in pursuit of becoming better, minimal personal growth came from school, and that was from peers most. Yeah, yeah. Part of conditioning, they teach you to be weak. They don't teach you to be strong. That's why
Yeah, but martial arts invokes a lot of discipline within
it does.
yourself.
It does absolutely. Absolutely. When I went to the gym, because I don't really do a whole lot of gym anymore, and that's because my disabilities. I would always practice boxing. I loved it, loved it.
Yeah.
You know, but our I guess our the generations before us, they don't really teach us to be strong. They teach us to be weak minded. Um,
Weak, complicit, and just law abiding.
I don't even think government is taught in high schools anymore, are there? I don't think so. Um,
Well, they don't teach you. Well, they don't teach any of us taxes,
no, they don't.
which
They don't teach you credit. They don't teach you how
no.
to change a tire. They don't teach you how to grout a floor. They don't teach you skills that could really, provide a future for yourself. They don't teach you these things. What they do teach you is 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? And Donald Trump is a racist. So that's what they do teach you.
Yeah, and that's out of the curriculum. That's out of the free will of the teacher to talk about that.
Yeah, that there's this thing going around where a lot of teachers are throwing a bunch of their political views into kids' faces. And look, on one
Why?
hand, well, on one hand, I think it's really good to have conversations openly. But if you're forcing your political views, your religious views down kids' throats, there's a problem, right?
Well, of
And
course.
unfortunately, oh wait, I just noticed I have two cameras. Oopsies. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. I gotta do better about checking that. Um
Things happen.
anyways, so yeah, there's just a massive problem if you want to shove, your religion or your politics down kids' throats. Massive problem. Um Spectre,
Or oh, sorry. Go.
you're fine. Spectre, what they teach in school is wild anyways. They make it sound like the government is perfectly balanced, and oh yeah, it hasn't been balanced for a long time. Not at all. Checks and balances. What?
Uh,
What about checks and
how many
balances?
times did the Pentagon fail their audits?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, how many times have they how many times have they delayed their audits?
Oh yeah, Building 7.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
whew,
Yep.
uh,
Yep. And the fact that before uh and after there was no record of any building falling like it did. Or buildings falling like what is it? Towers 1 and 2?
over a shockwave from two other buildings that they were built to handle, like that type of earthquake.
Bro, Bill Clinton farted. That's what brought those buildings down. That's what happened.
Uh, that that the loose butthole fart, you know what I
Oh,
mean? The
dude,
one
it
that
was
goes
that there
ah
was oh yeah,
type shit.
just that reverberation from passing
Oh,
wind, bro. That's what carried over. Dude,
you better
knocked it
believe
right
it.
down. That's exactly why. See, he was on the ground, and that's why the building fell straight down. You see, because the wind carried straight across the street. Okay, and it didn't go up, it didn't go down, it went straight across the street, across the sidewalk, and the building came down just like that.
And that's why, just like the butterfly effect, Larry Silverstein and all of his family members in the World Trade Center were not there when it happened.
You
And he's
know,
usually at the top roof cafe eating his coffee at 8.
since we're talking about 9/11, there are some interesting things that's coming out about 9/11.
Oh, yeah?
Oh
All
yeah.
right, I like to hear it.
Oh yeah, I've done some research quite a bit about the dancing Israelis. Of course, I'm sure you already know about that.
Yeah.
Yep. About how there were five Israeli citizens who were arrested by the FBI for filming and dancing on top of a van, and then turns out
Yeah.
that two of them was reported to be Mossad. Interesting.
Who would have thought?
Interesting. Who would have thought? But
And in
yeah.
an interview in Israeli TV, they were saying that they were there for investigating in a certain attack that would happen and document it. But how did they
Yeah.
know that was going to happen at that day?
Our government knew, their government knew, and we just so happen to turn a blind eye to it. Because if you also look, there was an interview that was done with BB where he said that what happened on 9/11 was good for Israel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just like October 7th, right? It's good for Israel.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Mm.
that false flag operation.
Are you telling me a bunch of people in go-karts in the sky was not detected by the Iron Dome? Get the fuck out of here.
Are you
But
are you telling me that the very watchtower that they had that they had flooded right by, that there was no one there? Really? No
that's
one
interesting.
no one there, and they just flew in with kites. Crazy, right?
Yeah, and also there were
Oh,
pictures
did
of
you did you
what?
see that thousands of Israelis are protesting the government right now in Israel?
Well, yeah, there was a huge division inside of Israel because I firmly believe that the people themselves, like, are not really full on invested in what Bibi's doing.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no. I mean, he was confronted not too long ago by I was it I believe it was one of his members of parliament.
mm,
Yeah, there was a woman that was that was accusing him of genocide. Right. That's what they were accusing him of. But yeah, that was very interesting. That was very interesting.
there are
So,
still good people on any side.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I do want to make it clear, just so Ben Shapiro doesn't come after me or anyone else.
Oh my god! It's
We
like Lord
don't
Voldemort. You
hate.
don't speak his name.
Oh God, yeah. I literally mentioned the boogeyman, so they're probably gonna come after me. Anyways,
Oh
um,
shit. Well,
anyways,
it's been fun. Oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll probably disappear tomorrow, guys. But anyway, so, um, uh, I kind of had a brain fart. Yeah, we
No way.
don't look. The only people we hate are evil people. Okay, that's the only people that we hate. All right, anyone of good character, whether they be white, black, woman, man, Jew, non-Jew, who cares, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
All right,
That does
doesn't
not
matter.
matter.
Doesn't matter at all. And I hate that we have to elaborate on that. But given our environment, that you can criticize Australia, Germany, China, but you cannot criticize a certain nation. I find that to be incredibly interesting. That when you
Yeah.
do, you get attacked, you get
Mhm,
debased, you get
mhm.
deplatformed, you get
Oh.
debanked like Nick Fuentes
Mhm.
was. You know,
Yeah.
it's absolutely incredible and it's infuriating. You know, but this is the state of our country. I would, as someone who has given service of 4.5 years to this nation,
Thank you, by
I
the way.
well, I mean, I appreciate you recognizing that as someone who is an American. But um, as someone who has seen a lot of different shit, you would imagine that our government really cares. But when you go through and you're really treated like a number, that you're, you know,
A number that they don't even remember.
no, no, they don't, because you are forgotten about as soon as you get out of service. You know what's interesting that I found out a little bit ago?
What's
Um,
up?
so when I got denied for my service connectivity for PTSD, I was doing some research,
Which
and
which blows my mind, but
they
anyway.
so they had denied me because there was no diagnosis or complaint while I was in, despite me being
Oh.
diagnosed twice by a social service a social worker and through
Mhm.
my CMP exam. But having a buddy statement that wrote to vindicate me, who was there during the incident. Anyways, I was doing some digging, right? And what I had found out was, I believe this was around 2020, 2021, maybe.
Mhm.
Um, but the VA was caught red-handed funneling funds over to ICE to house
Uh-huh.
illegal migrants. So money that was supposed to be spent on our veterans to help our veterans were being sent for illegals.
Well, if you take out US aid, the US will aid somehow, some way, in another fashion.
Well, all of that money was taken out from Doge, and it was just refunneled back into the government through the Pentagon, right? So, and now what's interesting is that a Florida representative had introduced a bill, I believe, at the beginning of this year,
Mm.
trying to extend veterans benefits to citizens who not only served in the American Armed Forces, but guess what? Served in the IDF.
Which, hey, that makes perfect sense logically.
This is what our country, not our citizens, not our citizens. Let's be very clear. Our citizens really do
Oh,
care. But this is what our country, right? The powers that be think about our veterans.
That is that I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. Like I genuinely fucking mean that because that blows my mind. So in that in that vein, that means technically all veterans, including the Canadian veterans, deserve a piece of that pie too, right? Because like we're
I mean,
neighbors.
by extension, yeah, you could definitely say that by extension, because the Canadians were over in if I remember correctly, the Canadians were over in Afghanistan. The UK was over in Afghanistan. Australia was over in Afghanistan. Germany was over in Afghanistan. Russia was over in Afghanistan. You know who wasn't in
Even
Afghanistan?
Russia.
You know who wasn't in Afghanistan?
Who?
The IDF. That's who wasn't.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
news to me.
Yeah. So our greatest ally can gets us into a who we don't even have a an alliance treaty with them anyways. We don't have an official document stating that they are our ally. Okay.
Who writes things anymore, right? We use iPads now.
Oh, it was just a text, bro. It was a text.
Oh shit.
It was an
Oh,
airdrop. That's what it was. It was an airdrop.
oh my god.
Bush was like,
Oh.
"Hey dog, I'm coming at 6 o'clock. You better get ready."
Which one, senior or junior?
Probably both of them. This
my
goes
god.
all the way back to LBJ, bro.
Oh my god. The
So,
rabbit.
oh dude, the rap, bro. Once you figure out once you look into the sergeant's affair, and then the um our new friend, Spectre, our new friend is from Canada. A so once you take a
What you
look,
talking about?
what you talking about? Um, once you look into the sergeant's affair, and then you look into the USS Liberty, a lot of things kind of become super clear. Super clear.
No, but I know the USS Liberty, but what was the first one?
The sergeant's affair. So,
Hmm.
um, this was when the UK still had control over Palestine, and
Ah,
for those of you who may not know, but before Israel became Israel, um, not talking about Old Testament times, but we're talking to like 1940s, right? There were a few Jewish terrorist factions. One of them called the Irgun, and what they would do is they would go and they would make life a living hell for the Palestinians there, and so they had ended up capturing um, two sergeants, and I forget their names, but um, there was a couple of Irgun members who were being held on trial, and they were going to be convicted to death for their crimes, being terrorists. And the Irgun had uh, clearly stated that if they were put to death, then these sergeants would be too. So that's exactly what happened. The Irgun was, or these Irgun members were executed, and then the Irgun then executed a couple of sergeants, and
huh.
and then there was also something else that happened from that too. There was another conflict that came from right after that, as they were coming to collect the bodies of the sergeants, but
Hmm.
these were UK sergeants. Um, oh, Warframe is made in Canada. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Wow, look
Hmm,
at that.
look at that. You learned something new. But yeah, that was super interesting. Um, but once you begin to look, you begin to see just how compromised your country is. Just how compromised your country is, because we
Huh.
have over 400 members in Congress. Excuse me, we have 400 members in Congress. Over 300 of those members take APAC money.
You don't say.
Um,
Huh.
one of them being Tony Gonzalez, who is running for the 23rd District of Texas, and he's running against Brandon Herrera. And
Oh, the Herrera, the YouTube
the,
guy?
yep, AK Jesus himself.
Yeah. The 50 cal AK. I love it.
I pray to his altar every single night, waiting for my chance to get a free AK.
Brendan is a good guy, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't see anything wrong with him.
Um, which Congress should have limited access to working in office, just like we should absolutely implement term limits. So that
Yeah.
old crones like Nancy Pelosi, don't turn to dust literally in her chair. So you know,
But how's she gonna know about the insider trading stuff?
well, you see, she gets airdropped tablets of stone, right? Because it's hard for her to use cell phones, so and a lot easier for her to use like a chisel on a stone tablet, and so they just drop it. There's like a hatch frame, in her ceiling, and they just drop it right then and there. So,
It's probably sent by a drone by Obama.
God, bro.
Yeah, if you
Dude,
know, you
wasn't
know.
wasn't wasn't the Patriot Act such a great bill? That
It's
was
in the name.
oh dude,
You only
yeah,
have to
oh
be a
yeah,
patriot to believe.
dude. If you do not support the Patriot Act, you are obviously a terrorist. Obviously a
Oh,
terrorist. How
clearly,
how dare you
1000%.
not support the Patriot Act, bro?
Well, I can't have an opinion because I don't have a U.S. passport, but the feeling is the same.
Well, this whole show tonight is your opinion over America, bro.
America's the best. America's the best. Like, do you want? I could glaze way harder than I could on America than Canada. Like tenfold.
Oh, did you know that Trudeau is actually the child of Castro?
Yeah, I'm well aware. You could see the family resemblance in how his mother looks at Castro.
Bro, I was
Yeah.
looking at some of those pictures, dog. She was undressing him just with just those looks, bro.
If
Just those
anyone has
looks.
gotten laid by a woman that loves them, will know the fuck me eyes.
Oh, dude, 100%. 100%. You will know. You
And I
you
mean,
will
and I
know.
mean, I mean, Castro stood his ground against the largest central intelligence agency in the world.
You got I look, he
Who
he was
wouldn't
a
be
he
wet
was a
for him?
shitbag. He was a shitbag for turning on his people, but
Yes, yes,
you
for
got it.
sure.
You got to give him some
Absolutely.
credit for standing up against America like that. Got to give him some credit for that. That takes balls.
Yeah.
Kind of
But
like
also,
how kind of
Che
like what
Guevara
Maduro is
was
doing.
involved, but that's another can of worms that I do not want to open, that's for sure.
dude,
Oh boy.
dude, we are. What's interesting to think about is that we are definitely gearing up for another war. They were talking about selective service just recently. They were talking about selective service. Hegseth had made some very very notable changes with the military here recently, um, with fitness standards, right? So a part of fitness standards, it's not just push ups, sit ups, and
No.
running. But now I think they're also bringing back the waist measurement, and they're also
Uh-huh.
doing pull ups and stuff too. Which when I was going through, we didn't have the pull ups. We didn't have the pull ups, and we barely even
Really?
had the waist measurement. Yeah, yeah.
What?
So
So they were just taking anyone?
pretty much, pretty much. I mean, look how
Huh.
look how many people they lost during Obama's presidency, right?
Well, I mean, even with the forced mandates for the 19 vaccine,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of servicemen left because of that, because it didn't make sense.
Well, I will tell you that I was actually one of the veterans. They don't they didn't the veterans didn't leave. They were kicked out, and I know because I
Oh,
was one of them.
sorry. I didn't. Okay, I stand corrected. That is even more shocking.
Egregious, egregious.
Oh,
They
oh,
told us the entire time that we were in service that there were three reasons to refuse a direct order. Right? There were three reasons. It was unethical, it was immoral, and it was unlawful. Okay, or
that's
it
that
was
all
illegal.
that falls all three into it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And don't you, isn't your army training you guys to be like more than just soldiers?
So they say all the time, change the culture, change the culture, change the culture. They say that all the time, right? But what they say doesn't match what they do, right? I'll give you a good example. When my ex-wife had wanted to start, or she was actually involved with a women's group in the career field, right? We were military police, and so job was very stressful, right? And you gotta take a break every once
Yeah.
in a while, and I don't blame her for wanting to go and talk with other women. I think that's fine.
Right.
The thing is that when I tried to start when I tried to start a men's group, uh, my first sergeant straight up told me that it was sexist to do so because I couldn't include women. Well, that's the whole reason.
Well, I mean, if the women can do it,
Yeah,
surely,
yeah, but
right?
men don't get nearly, men are dude. Oh my god, bro, we're treated so terribly these days. Um, so
I
I mean,
think I think I think just as bad as almost any other time, like now. Like probably even worse.
well, men were actually treated a lot better in the past. I guess uh if you look at from before late 1800s, you know, definitely
Okay.
quite a bit better. Because if you look into the early, and I mean early feminist, or I should say anti-feminist, maybe not the word to use,
Hmm.
anti-suffragist literature.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that we're taught suffragist literature, but we're not taught anti-suffragist literature. And if you haven't taken a look into a writer called Oida, which was her pen name, but her name was Elizabeth. What was her name? It was Elizabeth something. It was a French name, and she was a French UK novelist, and she wrote she wrote an article called "The New Woman," right? In "The New
Hmm.
Woman," she was explaining what the suffragist at the time was, right? What their character was, and what they were talking about was exactly how we see toxic femininity today, right?
Oh.
This female superiority complex, right, where men are constantly put down, men are stupid, men are, they're self-centered and stuff, and so on and so forth. So this was well back before people before people considered the progressive era to be what it was, right? So I mean, if you look in the 1860s or 70s, I think you even had women running for office for presidency, and then I
Hmm.
believe in 1870, um, the first woman was elected into office, and
And why aren't we talking about this?
no, because it
That's a
doesn't fit the
huge achievement.
narrative. It doesn't fit the narrative. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
but wouldn't it fit their narrative? Because I mean, you know, it's what weird.
Because we have to make women look like they're oppressed, like they're
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
mhm,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
in.
You're
Yeah. Okay.
oppressed. You're oppressed. Overdose on Tylenol and kill you and your baby.
the
to
basically.
spite Donald Trump. Um,
Oh,
so
the big boogeyman. Got it.
yeah, the big orange man. Which I'm
Oh my god.
not a big fan of.
Well,
A lot
look,
of stuff coming out about him.
let's be real for a second. He was a real estate agent. Well, sorry, a real estate pioneer in the New York area in the 80s.
He was also a spokesperson for a multi-level marketing company called ACN,
Interesting.
the American Communications Network. He was he was a
Ah,
spokesperson for them for 10 years. 10 years, calling the
really?
CEO and those guys at the top good people. And then also had a number, and I do mean a number of federal lawsuits filed against him and ACN.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. And
And
no one
now
talks
he
about
is the
that.
sitting president.
Not only that, it goes further. In his first term, he had Betsy DeVos, who is married into the Amway business. That is also
Oh,
another multi-level, one of the most notorious multi-level marketing companies, one that I got
I know
scammed
Amway.
from.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
um, and she was in Trump's cabinet as the Secretary of Education.
Oh no. Oh no. No way. I didn't know that. Being
Uh huh.
not being sarcastic, I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you have someone who is very high up in multi-level marketing companies, essentially dictating how the education of our youth goes. So
Okay,
you
well,
want to
I
talk
mean,
about
not.
conditioning? There you go.
Oh,
That was in his
oh,
first term.
oh boy. Who does he have now?
I'm not exactly sure who he has now in his cabinet.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God,
really
imagine
taken
it's
a
someone
look.
even worse.
I can imagine it's probably someone even worse.
Oh my God.
Because look, I was taking a look at his approval rating, and I believe toward the end of his first year in his first term, it was like negative. It was like negative 16%, I think. This by the same time his second term this year, it's now down negative 18%, and his approval rating is 39% right now. 57% disapprove. So
Shit.
yeah. All right,
So,
Spectre, Erica
yeah.
Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, did compete in 2012. Miss, yep, that is absolutely correct. In
So what did she
Miss
compete
USA
in?
pageant, which at that
Really?
time was owned by, yeah, yeah.
Really?
That's actually how Erica came to know Trump, was through those pageants that he specifically had control over.
Oh, the
And then there's some stuff
oh, oh
about
boy.
Romania that's coming out about Erica. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But there's supposedly some whistleblowers that are coming out and telling their stories about trafficking in Romania that allegedly, and I'm not going to say one way or the other because I don't know, allegedly, um, Erica was involved
Yeah.
in.
Ooh,
But
ooh.
you look at how Erica grabbed a hairful at the last TPUSA
Mm.
event
Mm-hmm.
with JD Vance.
Oh yeah. So close, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Dude,
like it's like they always knew each other, you know?
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you look at how he grabbed. I mean, dude grabbed her hips. He grabbed her hips, bro.
Isn't
It
he a
wasn't.
married man too?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
And then he goes on to completely embarrass and disrespect her later on by saying that even though or by saying I would love for her to be Christian, but she's Hindu.
By the way, she's pretty peppy for a widow.
Mm-hmm. Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
she's
saying?
extremely chipper.
Oh, yeah.
But then she goes on to say that and oh dude, I feel so bad for Charlie. She goes on to
Me too,
say
man.
that um No one can replace my husband, but I do see
Oh,
similarities in JD Vance.
oh,
Mhm.
oh, oh, that butt. Oh, that butt is cold. It's like whatever Charlie did meant nothing. And this grifter, JD Vance, that came out of nowhere, that did what did he do? Consulting at a software company for this guy? Like,
Yeah,
do you
I
know
think
who
he
I'm
knew a
talking about?
guy. I think he knew a guy named Peter that that that
Huh.
funded his entire way through college. But I
Interesting.
think Peter also kind of knew a guy named Jeffrey. Um, and
Huh.
uh,
Is it our Jeffrey? The Jeffrey that we don't know but know the stories of?
we do. Yeah, this is the same Jeffrey that we kind of know about. Hang on,
Oh,
just real quick. Spectre. They said Vance and Charlie were supposed to be. Yeah, well, supposed to be. Supposed to be. Supposed to be.
mm-hmm.
Supposed to be.
Supposed.
Supposed to be. But
Right.
you're listen, I'm not gonna go and very awkwardly hug my best friend's widow and then complain about my wife not being Christian later on. So, oh, there's something else that really didn't sit right with me. There was a podcast
Ugh.
that JD was on during the campaign, right?
Uh-huh.
During the campaign, and there were jokes about the Epstein files being released. Well, uh,
Really?
oh yeah, his reaction was a very um, it was very condescending. It was like a yeah, yeah, let's yeah, let's release the Epstein files. Yeah. You know,
Oh, it's like blase, like, oh yeah, for sure, totally. It's gonna happen.
uh huh,
100%. Yeah.
exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Spectre, hug her like it's yours. Oh,
Mm.
oh, 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 yikes!
uh
Oh
yeah,
man, oh
definitely says,
man.
it's not yours, buddy, it's just your turn type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, yeah, yeah. When so I did a little bit of digging into who Erica was before Charlie. Dude, I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, you look at the swimwear photo shoots that she was doing. You look at the skanky stuff that she was doing. Oh, it was, dude,
Some sort of initiation process, don't you think?
could have been, could have been. I've also
Like
seen
like
images.
eyes wide shut type thing.
Oh, dude,
Have you seen that movie?
I don't think so. I
You
don't think
should
so.
watch it.
Eyes
It's
wide
a
shut.
it's a Stanley Kubrick film about secret societies, and that's the last movie he made after he died in mysterious circumstances.
Eyes wide shut. I would imagine it's more of like uh don't notice, but you notice, right? Ah,
It's
yeah.
hiding in plain sight.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So Eyes Wide Shut is it? Yeah, I haven't seen that. Maybe I should watch it. Maybe I
Oh
should
yeah,
watch it.
you should watch it. It's a great movie. Well, it's Stanley Kubrick. Like every frame that he does has a poetic, like, underlying story behind it.
Oh,
So,
really?
well, yeah, all of his films are great in my opinion. Like The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, classics.
Oh, I have seen Full Metal Jacket and The Shining.
Yeah,
Wait, I thought
but I
I was pretty sure that The Shining was um help me out here.
it's a horror movie with Jack Nicholson in it.
Yeah, The Shining. I thought
Red Rum.
the director was the same guy who did it.
No, The Shining is Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, yeah, I know this. I know this.
Really?
Hold on.
Really?
It has to be because I remember seeing.
I thought for sure it was the same. I thought for sure it was the same producer that produced it. I could be wrong, but I think I
Yeah,
was
it's not
pretty.
Stanley Kubrick. No. I wanted to double check as well because we could be in a parallel universe for all I know. But yeah, no, it's
You
Stanley
know, you
Kubrick.
know, you know what's interesting. What I've been kind of thinking about,
Shoot.
and I know we're supposed to be talking about America here, but kind of a sidebar. I was thinking about, dude, we've been a species, right, for 300,000 years. Okay, think of the think of the amount think of the progression we've made technology wise as a species just in the past, what, 4,000 years, 2,000 years even.
Yeah.
Um, have there ever been a time when us as humanity have reset?
The Great Flood that happened 6,000 years ago.
Oh,
And we found Atlantis. It's at the Horn of Africa.
I was actually I mean, you're talking about the satellite images, right?
Oh yeah, of the eye of
Yeah,
Africa, where you could see like
yeah,
the
yeah.
patterns that Plato would talk about how Atlantis was designed, and it was in Africa. Yes.
Really? Huh.
Hmm.
I remember looking at that quite some time ago. Spectre. Everyone loves Kubrick. He's the single reason I have Star Wars, brother. Oh, really? Huh. Or we have Star Wars. Oh, wait. I'm kind of confused because Star Wars is um.
He's talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Oh, really?
which is another movie that believe Kubrick did. It has to be him.
Well, I mean, uh, Star Wars was back in the 80s.
No, 70s.
Oh, was it the 70s? I thought it was 80s.
Nope.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
thinking about Empire Strikes Back or the sixth one,
Oh,
The
okay.
Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
No, but it was a 70s
great
movie.
movies. Great movies.
Classics.
Scientists found tools from 700,000 years ago last month. Really? What?
Yeah. We've been around, baby.
We've been around for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
The homogeneous for sure. Kubrick made the best fantasy movie ever created, A Space Odyssey. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
There was one that I saw that I thought was super interesting. Unless that was more of a I can't remember right offhand. Um,
It's okay.
but Spaceballs was pretty good.
The Schwartz will be with you.
The Schwartz will be with you.
And then the product placement of like all their toys, like as a commercial. Bro, that
Comb
movie
the
was
desert.
way.
Comb the desert, fool.
And they're literally combing the desert with a big freaking comb.
Dude,
Oh my
that was
no.
that was such a funny movie. I fucking love that movie.
They don't make movies like that anymore, man. And
They
it's a
don't.
parody movie.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. All right. Okay. So, America, right?
Oh, yes. Greatest country ever.
Greatest
my opinion.
country ever.
In my opinion.
I would disagree that it's the greatest country ever.
Give
I
me
would
another
agree.
country.
I would agree that at one point it was because of what our founding fathers had intended for us. But as soon as we started centralizing our currency, getting involved and getting involved in other people's affairs, sending troops where we shouldn't, then at that
Basically, after 1963, went to hell.
yeah. Yeah,
And you know who I mean, right? Or what
I know,
mean.
I know exactly what you mean, because JFK was wanting to audit Israel. He was wanting to actually stop funding to them. He was wanting to do away with the CIA.
Ooh.
Uh,
Splinter it or shatter it into 1,000 pieces?
Yep,
That he said?
yep.
Ah,
He was wanting him and his brother, who was an attorney's general, to look into
Bobby.
LBJ.
Gotta love Bobby.
Gotta love Bobby, bro. And both of them were killed. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, yeah. One after the other, like dominoes.
You know what's something I've been thinking about here recently is that Michael
So,
Jackson, right?
oh
Um,
yes,
Michael
thriller.
Jackson did not get along with hardly any of the elites.
No, no, he was a very outspoken individual.
He was, he was, and you could tell that he hated people like Oprah.
Yeah,
And then
because
I think about his song where he's talking about they don't care about us.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly why he wrote it. That's exactly why and how he wrote it, and he got his inspiration from that.
Really, I didn't know. That's just something that I was thinking about
Well,
for a
yeah,
little bit now.
and him and Prince had to go because they were speaking about the industry's
You know what's
corrupt.
interesting? You know what's super interesting? It's
What's
only
up?
when Michael Jackson was building essentially um, a Disneyland kind of amusement park
Uh huh.
that he died shortly after that. Isn't that
Cool.
interesting?
It is.
Isn't that interesting? I think that's pretty interesting. They try to frame him. Now it could be that he was diddling kids. It could very well be that. Could very well be that.
Macaulay Culkin, the guy from Home Alone, the
Right.
kid, would still not be defending him to this day if that were the case
Oh,
because he was there.
is that true? Was he was he
Yeah,
defending him?
McCulkin used to sleep over at Michael Jackson's house
Yeah.
in a separate bed.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah. So if he's saying that as a witness there, like there, and also if you look into some of the kids that were like being like accusing Michael Jackson of being touched inappropriately, look at their parents and where they're from.
I have no idea. I didn't take a look at that.
Oh, don't. Well, look into it, but just be careful because it all, where you know what they say about,
Connections.
it all falls in the same place, right? As the
Pattern
bad
recognition.
guy. Yes.
Pattern recognition.
And we don't do that because that's critical thinking.
Oh yeah, no, we can't have critical thinking anymore. You know.
No,
You know.
no, give you more sugar.
You know what's interesting?
I'm sorry, but I had to say it. I love you, Monsanto.
You know what's super interesting is when I was going to college, there was this really huge put. Now, what's also interesting is that I was debating my professors over history, and I
But
thought
that's a good thing. That means that that's what the university's for.
it is, it is.
That's
But
what it's supposed to
but what's
be.
interesting is that these colleges would have you learn most of the material outside of class.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting? So they would put everything on you to learn, but then when you get into the classroom, there are very specific things that they want to teach you. I find that interesting.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So there was one day where I show up to class and my professor was saying that Islam was the most peaceful religion in the world, right? And then
Oh
I
my God,
proceed
what?
to then teach the class about 400 years of Muslim aggression, and then the Crusades response in 1095, and then
Yeah, why did the Crusades start again? Oh, it was just weird Christians that were bored?
oh
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
dude, didn't you know, dude? They were just super bored that they had Jerusalem, and
Wait,
then
why was Spain defending their borders from like the Moroccan invasion from
well,
Africa?
you see the Australians, the Americans at the time, they were withholding Amazon packages.
Oh,
or what I could say is that the waters just like the Barbary pirates, we're a little
that's why
choppy.
there's a navy.
we're a little choppy for those 400 years, but
Huh.
what's really interesting is that, and I was actually looking this up a while ago. the first wars, the first series of wars that America got into conflict with, right? After we won our independence, are the series of Barbary Wars.
And also the I think it's the Taiping Rebellion
Hi, baby. The
in China. You guys sent an expeditionary force to China to control shit that was going on over there because it got too heavy.
I re- so I remember that we actually had sent a a series of pilots over to
Mm.
train the Chinese how to fly and stuff like that because they were getting invaded by Japan. Um, I do remember that. If that's what you're talking about, I have no idea.
Oh no, before that,
Oh, then I have no idea. I
like
don't think I
just
looked
as
into it.
soon as the Civil War ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. Spectre, if you stacked 33, it's weird how that number keeps coming up. 33.
33 degrees, eh?
There.
Hmm.
Oh
Fishy.
yeah, the Masons wouldn't know anything about that.
No, no.
If you stacked
They're just
33,
stone builders.
just simple builders, man. They only mess with stones. They don't do anything. They don't do any arithmetics. $33 trillion using $100 bills at and to end and to end it would almost wrap the Earth at the equator. What?
What he's saying is the amount of dollars that if you could line them up would go
Uh
around
huh.
the equator, something
Really?
like that.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean,
crazy.
if it like I've done the math with Grok, and if
Mhm.
you stack $1 bills, uh, from the surface of the Earth to the moon, uh, Elon has more than the distance between the sun and the moon.
What?
So yeah, so the amount of money that would take for that to happen from Earth to the moon, yeah, Elon Musk has more than that.
And this is all digital? You know what's interesting is I was looking at some stats. In 2009, the U.S. The federal minimum wage was raised from I want to say what 5.75 to
Five
7.25
seven.
to
Oh
seven
my
twenty
God,
five.
$5.
Yeah, and now
Imagine
now guess
today.
what? Even dude today the federal minimum wage is still 7.25. While
That's
while
criminal.
back then you had I think most wealthy people that were billionaires or millionaires have then become multi hundred millionaires. Some even billionaires, I believe.
Oh, at
So
that time with that type of currency back then.
mhm, isn't that
Huh.
dude? We were see, here's everything wrong with America. You have big business that is reporting record number profits. I mean, just from what happened back in 2019 um, when Johnson Johnson and all of those big pharma companies. Oh, it was 515. Okay, okay, all right. Thanks for correcting me, bud. Um, yeah, so when Moderna and all those guys, they had reported that they had made what billions, trillions of dollars. No, I think it was billions of dollars, like 19 billion or
Let's
something like that.
Yeah, to be
But
conservative, let's just go with billion.
yeah, the multi-billion dollars, right? Um, while at the same time, small business owners were going out of business because if they
Oh yeah.
operated, they were arrested.
Yeah, and also just to double it up, what were the Antifa protests about? And what were they doing in those small businesses
Ah,
throwing bricks?
I think it had something to do with Orange Man. Um,
That Cheeto, what did he
uh,
do again?
uh, um.
Scam people,
Oh
right?
yeah. Being a spokesperson for ACN for 10 years. That's right. That's right. But
That just blew my
take it
mind.
out, take it out on the local business owners. That's a great way to solve the problems there. You know,
Yeah.
don't go and march at the White House, and make your voices heard there peacefully. Don't do
No,
that, but go and smash
while
people's
being
stores
guided
in.
by the Secret Service.
Right. Right. You know what's interesting? You know what's really interesting is that when the whole thing with Kyle Rittenhouse came out, right? It's so interesting how there was literal drone footage from the FBI that they were trying to uh, um, convict him of, right? They were trying to use that evidence, but when it came to leftists actually throwing firecrackers into the White House, there's nothing on that.
No,
Nothing.
and also with the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, you just have to look at the person who he shot and look at his rap sheet.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you look at the person that died, yeah, multiple felons.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Some of them were actual pedophiles. So, um, Spectre, yeah. The very first guy that Kyle shot was a convicted kitty diddler.
bad
Um,
dude,
bad dude. I don't feel bad that he's gone.
wood
Um,
chipper, but missed
wood
opportunity.
chipper. Let's see. Okay, so they raised the minimum wage to 15 an hour last few years. Okay, well I just looked at the stats because that's actually based on state. That's per
Yeah,
state.
it's not
So
federal.
here in Virginia, it's actually $15 an hour. That's well, actually, no, I'm sorry, it's $12 an hour. I think they were talking about raising it to $15 an hour. I know because I was working a job, paying me $12 an hour as a retail person and doubling as a range safety officer. So I was doing two jobs, making
Oh my
$12
god,
an hour.
that doesn't make sense. That
Right.
that's a crime,
It is a crime. So I'm doing a job for free, or I
essentially.
was doing a job, but
You're being underpaid and double worked.
yeah, exactly. Which is really no surprise why I looked at that same, I looked at that same gun store location and they shut down.
Oh,
So,
you wouldn't? What? That's weird. I thought that would be a thriving business.
oh, I thought it would be because they had a range, they had a retail location
Uh-huh.
like an actual store, and then they also had axe throwing. So you would imagine that they would have done great, but no, they went out of business, and I don't feel sad that they are. Um,
Me neither.
Fun
Good riddance.
fact: it only took the FBI 18 minutes to go on scene with Charlie Kirk at the shooting. Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Huh.
right. That's right. I remember that. I remember that. But it took them 33 hours to even uh, find out that someone had turned him in. Crazy, right?
Oh, and it's weird how
Definitely not a
there
patsy.
and it's weird how there's construction being done at the very stage that Charlie was at.
It's
Why are they
weird.
why are
It's
they
weird
doing
how they pave.
renovations?
Exactly. It's weird how they pave over exactly where Charlie was hit. Right. Weird.
Just like mass graves that they would do back in World War II. Have you
Mm-hmm.
ever seen the movie Come and See?
Come and see. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, it's about the German advance into, I think, Belarus during World War II.
Really? What?
Yeah, very, very sad movie. And it's free on YouTube.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
And the child actor that's like the protagonist of the movie actually developed gray hair because of all the horrendous scenes he had to participate in.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
With
Real.
with the crimes from Germany or
No, just being part of the set with all the stress and all the stuff he had to go through. Literally
oh,
developed white hair during the filming. It wasn't dyed. If you watch the movie, you'll see what I mean, like from beginning to end. And it's I'm just gonna warn people, like before you watch it, it's worse than a horror movie because it's real.
see we could that's just the I always say that realistic movies are always the scariest because we all know to some level that ghosts aren't as real as a threat or aren't as a big a threat as let's say a murderer, right? So
Well, yeah.
um let's see, Spectre. Man, I really appreciate you dropping all these nuggets on us, bro. Oh,
Thank
interesting
you.
state to state. Yeah. You can't live in Maryland less than 20. Dude, the look, so um with with calculation to inflation, uh actual minimum wage to live a decent life would be anywhere from $25 an hour to $30, probably closer to $30 an hour to actually live somewhat of a decent life. Tell me how I know. Because as a private security officer, I was making what 28.50 I think an hour, um, on an armed position, right? And even then, I was still kind of struggling, right? As just myself, you know,
Oh
being a
my
homeowner.
god.
Yeah. I couldn't afford a single apartment as a manager, dude. No one can afford a single. I was looking so quite a bit ago, and I did a couple of videos on this. Um, some people were having their rent raised $1,000, some even $2,000.
Just look at where I'm from, like in Canada, in Toronto,
Yeah,
and you look at the prices increase, even in a regulated, market like in Canada, right? 1,000+% easy.
really?
Oh
What,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude?
Now it's affecting like where I live in Montreal
Well,
slowly.
I think Canada is on the dollar too, isn't it?
It's on the Canadian dollar,
Oh, the Canadian dollar. Okay, okay. I thought it
which
had the
is
same value as the dollar.
the only time it had the same amount of value was when the 2008 crash happened.
Oh, really? You know what's
Yeah.
interesting is that the value of the dollar since 1913 has dropped 97%.
It's weird how we're always talking about 1913, eh?
Yeah, because everything happened. Everything started going to hell in 1913.
It's weird, I thought it was the 60s, maybe even the 80s or 70s, but no, it's even before World War II.
No, it's just a lot of things. It was more financial. It's all about the money. It was always about the money. Every single fucking time, it's always about the money. Always about the
Mm.
money, right? But later on, it became more social, right?
Oh, right.
Through feminism, through eugenics, through racism, right? It's
Psychological operations.
psyops, psyops upon psyops. Okay, so
Oh,
when you listen, guys, when you realize that feminism was co-opted by the CIA, and then the second wave feminism has deep, and I mean deep, roots in eugenics with Margaret Sanger,
yeah.
you begin to realize quite a few things. Quite a few
Which it
things.
makes sense why like they train the women to be so vindictive against the patriarchy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. But especially the black women, especially black women. They're
I feel
always.
sorry for them.
I
I
really
feel
do.
sorry for the black community.
I really do, man.
Like not to
The
even
black dude. The
that's not
black
even a
community.
joke.
The black community used to be a super strong community. I
Black Wall Street.
believe. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Um, back in the what the 1930s and 40s,
Mm.
the single house or the single parenthood household rate was what 30% I think, and it jumped 40%
Weird. Why would you
some
incentivize
60 years later.
women? No, no, but why would you incentivize like women to just ditch their men and make the government pay for everything?
Well, because women for the longest time have always been dependent on men, and that will never change. That's always how it's been. It's how it always will be,
And
right?
also
Because
men
when it
depend
comes
on
to
women with
nature,
that same.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But there are differences, right? So, um, the thing is that when we started flipping everything around and
Mm.
turning reality itself on its head, financial wise, socially wise, then we begin to speed run the downfall of Rome, right?
Or also
So
the Weimar Republic in Germany.
I don't know much about that one. Don't know much
Oh,
about that
well,
one.
there's a lot of parallels
Oh, really? Go ahead.
between
Go
what
ahead.
happened.
Fucking explain it to us.
Well, well, the Weimar Republic was basically the German government that was being conducted. Well, also, I I'm not going to really say about the tiny hat people involvement because I don't want to sound bad in any way
Tinfoil
for
hat.
well, I already have a tinfoil hat on, like for sure. Like this is already made of aluminum anyway, so. But needless to say, the Weimar Republic is the reason why Germany became Nazified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so to agitate a lot of young men to see how your great republic has fell to a bunch of debauchery would lead to an Austrian to rise above and become the
Oh,
leader.
yeah. Yeah, that's
You
right.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Because I remember reading articles that said that pretty much Jews had control over the media, they had control over the banks, and um,
The
all of that
prostitution
stuff.
rings,
I don't know a lot about that,
brothels,
but
clubs,
what's really
pubs.
interesting, something that I found out recently, is that whenever Hitler was elected, there was something introduced called the Havara Agreement, and this was an agreement between the Jewish bankers and all of the Jews actually, to leave peacefully from Germany, right? And
Hmm.
then um, they were allowed to take all of their assets, all of their people, and leave. So that's interesting. I learned that from Myron over on Fresh and Fit.
Huh.
hmm Yeah, and I did some digging myself, and sure enough, yeah, that actually happened.
So
That
it's
actually happened.
weird. It's like they gave him a chance,
Yeah,
but no one wanted to take him.
yeah, and then you also had uh, Jews in the uh, the German military. I forget the name of it. It's a Werben something, but they also had Jews in the military as well. So
Hmm.
it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
Right.
Spectre, will the fix for the Great Depression? Okay. Well, the fix for the Great Depression wasn't actually a fix. It was just a band aid, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was the whole problem with everything since then. Well, because we kept kicking the can down the road, right? And we keep doing that.
And
Uh,
then and then 1973 happened with the gold standard being removed.
71.
71, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got off the gold standard. So pretty much, since the dollar has lost 97% of its value since 1913, and then we got off the gold standard in 71, there's nothing backing our currency. Our currency is worthless. Okay, and each and every single American is what, under $18 trillion in debt.
Oh yeah.
So guess what they're doing with that? They're selling our social security numbers.
What? That's what?
Yep.
It's in the name security, right? You can't make this shit up.
You would think
Like
so, but that's actually what they're doing.
I'm not
Exactly.
even trying to make you
I
laugh.
just got a call from a number that from an area code that I used to be in, right? 701 for North Dakota.
Uh-huh.
And this is how you know that they're gathering data on you. When you pick up, they just hang up. They just hang up.
Oh.
But they're absolutely
Yeah.
gathering data on you, and they're selling it, right?
That's
They're
what happened to
absolutely
me a
selling it.
couple of days ago.
So
I
really,
just got an unknown call and then I answered and then hung up right away.
Yeah, when you see that, they're absolutely collecting data on you. They're
Oh,
absolutely doing
that's
that.
nice. Do I get a
Uh
cut out of this
oh
since it's my life?
well, you get your cut whenever you die in the cobalt mines, um,
Oh yeah.
under subjugation. That's when you get your cut. You know, because you get slightly bigger of a grave than what we give normal people today. So there you go. That's what you get.
Thank
um,
you, overlords.
thank you so much, our oligarchies. Thank you for giving us just a little bit more of a crumb than what we get now. Fuck all of you. Um,
Here, here.
Spectre, yeah, that was 1933, but before the war. Okay, right. I
Mhm.
think the only thing that really saved the Great Depression was the boom from the bootlegging business. That was pretty much it. Um,
Well, kind of like the crack epidemic in the 80s.
oh,
Reaganomics, right?
or the opium epidemic in the 60s and 70s. You know, when we were funneling opium through Vietnam.
And the fentanyl. Anyways, we're
Yep.
talking too much.
We have no idea what we're talking about, obviously.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but Benny Johnson does. Benny Johnson and Brandon Tantrum know exactly what they're talking about. Um, I put a tweet out here. Hang on, let me read Spectre's rest of the tweet here or tweet or rest of the message here. They were
Hmm.
also only allowed to take half. Oh, really? And the other half belonged to Germany. Huh. Interesting. Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, the Treaty of Versailles in World War One was stupid.
Really? I don't know a whole lot about that.
Well, the Treaty of Versailles basically said that since Germany like surrendered,
Hmm.
which it was a mutual like arms like finito, it was a stalemate pretty much. So since the powers that be that technically won the war, which was the banks, right? They said to Germany that they had to pay reparations for that war,
Oh yeah, that's
or
right.
else,
That's right.
right? I mean, let's think about it. We send millions of our sons to die for nothing. What would Great Britain and France think about that?
Well, I'll tell you what they think about that now. There was a video that I think the UK had taken down, but there was a UK soldier that was, I mean, he was crying. He was absolutely
And it's
breaking
not just
down,
him.
saying
It's
that. But I actually I
I
think
know
I
who you're
remember
talking
seeing
about.
a U.S. soldier saying the same thing, a World
Yep.
War II veteran.
Our
But
country's going to hell in a
that's
handbasket.
right. Yep, yep. But I
Mm.
think that was a few years ago though. I think that was during what Biden's presidency. Was that during Biden's? I think that was during Biden's administration. Which I mean,
Which,
he's not wrong.
Biden for a guy that would go up to a US veteran that lost his limbs and ask him, "What do you want?"
Hmm. You know
at
what's
the hospital
interesting?
bed.
You know what's
Do you know
interesting?
who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, I could like pull him up quick if I can
Okay. Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
name.
Go ahead and pull them up. Um. So. Um. Uh. I what was that? I'm so I'm so fried short term. Um. Let's
It
see.
happens.
What was I going to talk about? Uh. I can't. I lost it. I I lost it. Um,
We are talking about heavy topics.
very heavy. Oh yeah, that's right. The retirement age right was raised from 65 to 71. Okay. Um, what was how old was Biden when he was elected into office? 76, right? Wasn't he
Yeah.
76? So Biden was well over the retirement age when he was elected as president. Why? Why isn't there a maximum? You know what I'm saying? There's always a minimum. There's never a maximum. Why? Isn't that
Yeah,
weird?
but you'd think, as the older you get, the more cognitively deficient you become.
Oh man! And then nothing was ever said when there were so many videos and pictures of Biden literally sniffing little girls
Their
on camera.
scalps.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Oh yeah, dude.
And him talking about the pool story where kids would rub on his legs.
Oh yeah, dude. I forgot about that. That was disgusting, dude.
What?
Why in the world? I understand how some people could think, two lesser of the two evils. I get that. But then you had Joe
Mhm.
Jorgensen who was under an independent ticket, right? And no one ever talked about her. No one ever talked about her, which is
Interesting, eh?
it crazy to me. Now, I don't really believe women should be in positions of power anyways, but at least during the time, um who do you even vote for if this is all you got, you know?
That's the problem.
And now there's a lot of things that are coming out about Trump that are just, oh, dude,
Oh, by the way,
dude.
I found the video of what I was talking about. It
Yeah.
was a Sean Ryan interview.
Oh, okay.
And in that interview, the gentleman here, his name is Tyler. Doesn't say his last name though in the description.
Robinson.
Tyler Rob. Really? Oh, you found
No,
it pretty
no,
quick.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
Um,
I sent you the link on the chat that we have on
oh, did you?
Discord. Yeah.
Did you?
So if
Okay.
you want to like do your own like viewing during or later.
Well, actually, if you wanna take a look through that video or article, is it an article?
What I sent you?
Yeah.
No, it's the interview from the YouTuber Sean Ryan,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and he was interviewing the guy that I was talking to you about that was visited by Biden
Mm-hmm.
in his presidency, and the soldier was dazed and confused, like, who, what? Because he just arrived at the hospital literally when his amputations were happening, and Biden basically leaned over and asked, "Hey, what do you want?"
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I remember that,
Hmm.
dude. That was so disgusting, right? And then
Mm.
you also had Biden, who was literally, and I think they removed this from every single platform, but there was literally, uh, a video of him at an event, and under his breath during, I believe, cheering or something, he was literally calling our service members suckers and losers, and they were trying to blame that on Trump because political opposition, obviously.
Oh, and the Russia Gate stuff. That's why. It's the
Yeah.
Russians that
Oh yeah.
made Biden say that.
Oh
For
oh
sure.
oh oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then also you have later with Biden, um, literally also calling service members stupid bastards. Yeah, because they wouldn't clap for his joke. That was, obviously,
Scripted.
revolutionarily hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're talking about
But
you're
then
talking about Oh
but
boy.
then that is that's bad, yeah, but it gets worse under this administration because the day before Veterans Day, and on the Marine Corps birthday, Trump then brought the president of Syria, who was a leader of Al Qaeda, to the White House.
That's the same thing as what the Canadians did with the Nazi dude. The Canadian Parliament has given a Nazi SS officer a standing ovation.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
you want to know something interesting is that back in the 1960s, I think, maybe before that, maybe the 1950s, there was an operation called Operation Paperclip. I'm
Yeah.
sure you know about that.
Yeah, with
Where the CIA
recruiting all of the
recruited the
scientists.
very CIA recruited Nazi scientists to form NASA. Werner von
I am a
Braun.
fan. I am a fan of Alan Dulles. You know
Oh,
who Alan
are you?
Dulles is?
Mm-mm. I know who Werner von Braun is. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, Alan Dulles is the well, he was the CIA and chief operations in the OSS,
Hmm.
and you know, allegedly conducted the assassination attempt. Well, not attempt, successfully on JFK, and he was also in the JFK Commission
Really?
to investigate his murder. Yeah,
Really? What? So
yeah, you should look into it.
what's interesting is that uh, what wasn't talked about is that there was a bullet hole in the front windshield, and there was a guy who worked at the specific factory that replaced that front windshield. Isn't that
You
interesting?
don't say.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Came out in an
And why would
interview, I think maybe a couple years ago.
Why would there be a bullet hole in the front though if the bullet
Mm,
came from the back?
right. Mm-hmm. Why?
Who's
Why?
the guy? Who's
Why
the
would that
guy in the
happen?
umbrella giving the signal?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Yeah. That,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Yeah. You
And,
begin
and and then
to.
about like the 4 or 5 weird dudes that were hanging around suspiciously by a car with guns.
Really. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And then they didn't. The what was it? The CIA or FBI? I want to think it was CIA. The CIA definitely didn't threaten the medical examiner over Kennedy's body. In Texas. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Spectre,
Why was
yes. My
yeah?
my wife's uncle is retired CIA, and he mentions paperclip. Really, really. Hmm. Yeah, guys, would you realize that it was never really about communism, capitalism? It was never really about that. It was about control. It was about money. Yeah, a lot of
More
things
than
make
money,
sense. More than money. Yeah,
the
makes
human
makes
soul.
sense. Well, I mean, I'm not religious, so I don't really agree so
Well,
much
I
with
mean,
that.
where
But
does money come from? Doesn't it come from labor? Who's the labor
well,
for now?
I mean, that's how it'll always be though, until we're all replaced by the H-1B visas. But you know,
Well, and then after that,
oh, America is also fast tracking the H-1B visas
I know,
from
I know. Isn't
India.
that interesting? Why?
Well, because
Don't we
doctors
have?
and
Don't
engineers,
don't
don't you know?
don't you wait? But hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is what I don't. You guys have the best of the best already?
Apparently not. Apparently not. I actually covered this in a video too. Um, Trump himself said that America does not have the talent needed
The
for
creators of the internet
to
with
make
all that.
batteries. We don't have the talent to make batteries,
Excuse me?
and that we can't take people off of unemployment to put them in a factory to work on munitions. So we're stupid. We're talent. And also we got to bring 600,000 potential Chinese spies to spy on us on our college campuses. So
The college campuses that are near the farmlands as well that the CCP owns, near military bases as well.
China owns 384,000 acres of our land, and they're
How many
all
does the
right
US
next.
own over there?
None, of course.
Weird, right?
You want to know
That's
it's
great business.
you want to know what's also interesting is that as an Air Force personnel myself, I had no idea. None. I had no idea.
And you're in the Air Force. You should know some stuff.
I should. I should.
But I
But
mean,
I don't.
like, I'm not undermining your intelligence. I'm just saying, being in the Air Force, it's no dummy to go into it. You know, I don't want to start
Yeah.
competing against with the other branches of the military industrial complex, but whatever. What I'm trying to say is that the airmen, you need to know about like advanced math into a certain capacity. Am I wrong?
Well, I would say that the ASVAB is definitely a little bit harder for Air Force and the Navy.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But
Like you have to be a certain like you have to be like elevated intellectually to a certain extent to like be eligible to participate in the Air Force.
well, I would love to agree. Just shitting on the other branches, of course, but that's absolutely not true. I've seen,
Oh,
I've seen some stupid people. I've seen some stupid people
in the
that
Air
oh
Force?
yeah, that I've worked. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
Let me. So I'll tell you this story. There was a incident right before I had got to my last duty station where a guy had illegally gotten a firearm from a chick. He then went to go and shoot his girlfriend and then shot himself. Yeah, that happened. That actually happened. That actually happened.
Oh,
And then you also have a female airman that got caught snorting a line of cocaine on CCTV footage. So
Oh no. If she just
yeah.
waited another 10 years, she could say it's all AI. Fuck.
It was Sora 2. It was Sora 2. Sora 2.
Gosh darn it. Damn you, OpenAI. You're not even open.
Bill Gates got me again. God damn it. Oh.
Damn you, Microsoft. Damn you.
Grok, explain to me why this is false. Explain to me why this is fake.
Oh,
Oh,
my
shit.
goodness. Oh
Dude.
my goodness. I'm sorry, but like it's
Oh.
just what's the point of being a comedian when real life is already funny?
I don't know, bro. I really don't.
Look, listen, man. Most of the comedians that you see in these podcasts, like what we're doing right now, ain't funny no more.
No.
Isn't
No,
isn't that
unfortunately,
interesting?
well, you have to you have to really watch what you're talking about these days. You know, can't really notice too much. You can't really talk about too much. You know, can't really do that.
Freedom of speech, eh?
Well, freedom of speech, unless you're talking about a certain country, then you know you gotta you gotta you gotta go. You gotta go.
Throw away the key and never say
You gotta
anything
go.
or else.
Yep. Then
else,
you
yeah.
end up like Nick Fuentes, which actually I think you were talking to me about Nick. Some interesting things about Nick.
Well, we're just asking questions.
Right. Right. So how is Nick making money if he's debanked? Right.
How does
That's
he own a house if he's
yeah.
debanked? Don't you have to take a mortgage as
Mm-hmm.
someone who just works a regular job?
Right.
Interesting,
Right.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's all. Because he's saying he's America, right?
America first. Yeah. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Although what I will say is that there are, the more I come to find out about Nick, the more I agree with him. Aside from the Catholic stuff, but um,
Right. But you also agree that his favorite person in history is Stalin?
oh, is it?
Yeah. Weird, eh? Why would he pick him? There's
Mm,
Genghis Khan,
there is Genghis
that's
Khan.
literally better.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
I think
well,
Mussolini
okay,
would be
better,
better
but I
than
mean,
Stalin.
yeah, because Stalin's there's worse than him in
Because
the same time.
I don't think
There's
Mussolini
Mao.
starved millions of people and then killed millions more.
No, well, then again, I mean, Mussolini was kind of a female dog, so to speak,
Oh
for his
well,
people because he sided with Germany instead of, being El Duce and holding his own fucking balls to himself and say, hey, this is my fucking country. But
yeah.
no, he tailed between his legs. Let's go with Nazi Germany because they have all of the machinery capable of taking over Africa, which the Italians failed miserably of
Oh, you,
capturing Ethiopia.
you know something that just came to mind is the tourism the tourism drop to America has dropped significantly the past I believe since Trump took office.
That's weird.
And people are actually getting investigated pretty heavily. I do know one of my friends has a daughter who is blacklisted. She lives in Sweden and she is blacklisted actually. Last time she came
What
to
the hell did she do?
just talking, just from what I was told, she was just speaking out about America, and they were black and got blacklisted.
Really?
Yeah,
So I could be blacklisted too if I say America's great.
yeah.
Cool. Good to know. No,
Dude,
but I'm sorry, but I genuinely mean it. Like with all of the atrocities that the CIA has conducted and all of the other dubious stuff that we don't even know, right? We're scratching the surface. I still am not shaken by the fact that I do believe in your country.
I believe in the founding the founding principles. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I believe in the people of America
So do I. So do I.
because
That's
you are you
that's what I
you are the
love.
best.
That's what I love. I love the people of America. Don't
I
it's
went
it's
I
it's
went to
always love your people,
Orlando.
hate the government. That's what it always is.
My
You
type
know.
of my type of rebels. That's I cannot disagree with them at all. I've been to Florida, Orlando. I've been to Boston, and I've been to New York.
Oh, really?
Best times of
I've been
me visiting.
to I've been to Florida. I've been all up and down the East Coast except anything north of Virginia, but um I've done a little bit of traveling myself. What I will say is that it's the it's always the average everyday people who pay their taxes that go out and that work to bring resources home to the family, right, and just minds their business. That is what I love. The American dream is what I love, but through this oligarchy, the American dream is gone. It's gone, and it was stolen from us well over 100 years ago.
Now, yes,
You know,
well over.
well over 100 years ago. Um,
Right underneath everyone's feet because they were all distracted with World War One.
yep. Everyone today is talking about socialism, crying about socialism, when Roosevelt himself brought socialism into the country by
Yeah,
bringing by bringing income tax in.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Literally, that's
income tax was
and
already
social
here.
Social Security too, right?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know. Actually, let's take a look here. Let's look that up actually. Um, when did social security start? Okay, so social security was enacted into law August 4th of 1935. That's interesting.
Weird.
Isn't that interesting? Right before the
35.
war. Right
Huh.
before the war. That's that's what the fuck, dude.
So that's even
That's
crazier than
interesting.
what I said.
What the hell? That's that wow.
Huh.
What 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 a convenience.
Yeah,
What
no
a
wonder they didn't teach
convenience,
us this
dude.
history.
Dude, what?
Right? That's stranger than fiction, dude.
Dude, what the hell? Bro, what?
It's like we're living in the Twilight Zone.
Dude, what
The
cut
worst episode. The worst episode.
It's
Oh
it's
my
it's
god.
worse than the Twilight Zone, bro. This is Black Mirror.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Don't get me started on that shit, dude. Black Mirror. Oh my god.
Great
Abs-
show.
it is a great show. It is a great show. But 1935, right in between World War One and World War Two.
Well, I mean, it started in 39, allegedly. But we could
38,
also say,
right, with the invasion of Poland. I thought that was 38.
uh, yeah, I thought, well, I could be mistaken, but let's go with 38. But I would argue that like World War II even started before that with the Japanese invasion of China, because
That's
that
a
was
good point.
happening in the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
That's right. And that's actually when we sent over a couple of pilots to teach them how to fly. Let's see. When was Poland invaded? They were invaded. Yep, 1939. You're right. 1939.
I also
I thought it
say
was
38
1938.
is also correct because, logistics have to be planned beforehand.
But I do know that there were tensions rising well before 39, if I remember correctly.
oh yeah. Because well, and also you have to understand as well that the Soviet Union was part of that invasion against Poland as well.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
The sandwich.
Really? Yeah,
Oh yeah, it wasn't
I
just
had
the
no idea.
Nazis.
I
No,
had
no.
I had no idea. That's interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, and then that's the pact that happened between the Nazi Germany and the Communist People's Republic of Russia, right?
Dude,
That
what?
they invaded Poland at the same time to get half of it,
Hmm. Oh, really?
and they had a treaty from it. And then Hitler broke it. Stalin stayed in his room for like three days straight, grieving about it, because he knew
Grieving.
what that meant. No, no,
Grieving.
he knew what it meant, but yeah, strong man, right? Grieving for 3 days and also sacrificing his firstborn son to the Nazis, saying,
Crazy.
"I don't believe in prisoners of war."
Right.
His own son, and that's a leader that
Right. Right. But
again Nick
had
Fuentes
political
agrees with.
opposition killed. Right.
Yeah, but this is Nick's number one fan.
Oh yeah.
He's his number one fan, right? So that's why Nick is a little bit shaky for me, in my opinion. But
Hmm. Gotcha.
he's a smart guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's interesting to me is that not only was Ben Shapiro going after Nick, but he was also going after Candace and Charlie. Isn't that interesting?
Why? No,
Um.
I say it rhetorically. I know
Oh.
why.
Oh. Yeah. I think we all know why.
Yeah.
I think we all know why. Because now Ben is looking like a complete dumbass. Um.
Wasn't
With
his whole career debating college kids?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a
But
lot
what?
easier to debate stupid college kids who know nothing
Oh,
about the real world than it is
oh,
to actually debate people who do their research.
oh, I see.
You know.
Wow, look at that. It's like beating up kindergartners and saying that you're
And
the best at
back in
boxing.
2015, 2016, all the way up through, I mean, literally until like the past year or so, were people ever really talking about, the actual issues? It was all leftism, wokeism, Trump, MAGA, and all of the shit to keep us distracted from the actual problems. You know,
that they
now
keep
people are
getting
talking
away
about the
with.
real problems, and the fact that Charlie, just 2 days before he was, unfortunately taken from this world, um, was talking about leaving the pro-Israel stance.
Yeah, with Candace.
So,
Yeah.
well, not just that, but which is, I mean, she showed that through one of her live streams over text messages and stuff, but through a group chat that she was in with, or that he was in with other people in there, right? And I
Hmm.
believe Josh Hammer was in that group chat as well. And Josh
Interesting.
Hammer is actually calling for the death of people like Nick Fuentes, like Tucker Carlson.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
All
Yep.
I'm gonna say is that there's more than just one team against the United States within the United States. There's many different cabals, I like to call it, that are still trying to fight over power,
Yeah.
that are not 100% aligned together.
That's
Even in the
true.
CIA, there are different factions within the CIA that hate each other.
Yep.
Even the NSA hates the CIA.
Yep.
Why? I don't know,
Which
but
is kind of interesting because the NSA was being used by the CIA some 30, 40 years ago. Because guess what? Something interesting that I also found out is that while Gloria Steinem, who is a very prominent figure through the second wave feminism, was one of the figureheads of the CIA as well, being a pretty prominent person in the CIA, was actually implanting CIA operatives in the NSA, going
really?
to foreign countries and gathering intelligence to push for regime changes.
Huh. To make the NSA look bad
Well, no, it wasn't. It
in
wasn't
a
to
way.
make the NSA look bad. It was under a guise to collect information. That's all that it was.
Okay.
But the more nefarious thing behind it all was to push for regime changes, and that's why we were mainly in Iraq, Afghanistan, those places.
Well, I mean,
So,
there's other reasons for those wars to have happened as well.
um, yeah, yeah, resources. That's why we're gearing for war with Venezuela. So,
Oh, yeah. Long live oil.
dude. One of the campaign promises was that there were going to be no new wars, and Maduro offered almost every single resource that Venezuela has to offer. Venezuela has the largest oil reserve on the planet,
The
and
planet, more than
the
Canada.
yes, and the Trump administration refused, and we sent
Oh,
10% of our naval fleet into their waters, bro.
oh, here we go.
Bro. So we're gearing up for a major conflict because it's just business as usual. Just business as usual.
What a waste of
Whether
time, honestly.
exactly. Exactly. It's
You know,
it's been
honestly, you
business as
guys,
usual for the past what,
if you
15
guys want a
presidents?
country to look, sorry, but if you want a country to invade Canada.
Well, Trump was threatening Canada.
Look, I agree with him there. You should have maybe not Greenland because who gives a shit about Greenland, but except for the oil and whatever they have over there. But like Canada, I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
I'll forget about 1812. You know, the War of 1812 when you guys like marched up anyway. And then French Canadians were like, "Ah, see tabarnak, I'm
I
coming
think that
down
was
there to
no.
your
I'm
house."
pretty sure the War of 1812 was against the UK.
Well, yeah, but like Canada.
Well, right, yeah, but we were
And
we,
and
we,
and
we were
there's
also fighting in Canada during the Revolutionary War.
and then what did the Canadians do when they went back to Washington?
Well, the Canadians actually pushed the Continental Army out. That's exactly what happened.
And burn down
The capital, yeah, that's right. Right.
ah, right.
Yeah.
And it was also French Canadians that helped out with that as well. So,
Oh, well, that's interesting.
well,
You know what's really interesting is that France was a pretty big component of us winning the war against Great Britain in that
you
time.
don't say.
But then they were also fighting what? I don't
It's
understand.
it's weird.
So
Even at those times, shifting alliances all over the place. It's
either
weird.
way, France wins. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Hmm. I
playing
find
both
that interesting.
sides.
I find that interesting.
Mm.
Um, going back to the Barbary Pirates, the first wars that America had fought as a new nation. What I found interesting, and this is what I learned from Nick over on Fat Electrician, is
Mhm.
that the very creation of the Navy
Yeah,
was to fight the Barbary pirates.
yeah, because no other country in Europe was doing anything about it.
Yeah. Well, I
So
mean,
you guys across the pond had to do something about it
that's
because
true.
they were starting to enslave your own people.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
So, huh,
So the next
huh.
time they tell me that Islam is a peaceful religion, I'm like the Barbary
Yeah,
pirates
the sky
because
is also green. Thank you.
and the grass is also pink.
Oh,
So
lovely.
we're all just apparently colorblind. So
Well, I'm actually colorblind.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Well, red green. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Most men are red green colorblind.
I
You
hope
want to
I never have to call you in to defuse a bomb.
or even
We're
stoplights.
all dead.
They're both the same.
Oh God, no! Please no.
No, but do you know why most men have a red green deficiency?
I have no idea.
It's for hunting.
Oh, really?
So you could see your prey through the grassy bush a lot easier. So it's a hunter gene.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
More you know.
The more you know. The more you know. So there's something
Uh,
that I had found out recently. Um, what was it? It was on the tip of my tongue. It was
It's
on the
okay.
tip.
Take your time.
I think we might have already talked about it. Um, but oh yeah, it was the Trump and his throat skills.
Oh, with Clinton,
With Bubba, yeah. So
with Bubba, yeah.
yeah, that was interesting.
Does Putin have the photos?
I don't know. I think we should ask Jeff. Jeff might know. Oh, but all the cameras went down at the same time, so the
Oh
guards
yeah.
were asleep.
Whoops.
Apparently someone was playing Beethoven. Um,
Beethoven? Really? Fuck.
well, in
Uh,
here in America in kindergarten, they would play Beethoven for nap time.
well, at least you guys listen to that.
Now now now
It's good
now it's
music.
probably it's probably Lil Uzi or some shit.
Or Cardi B or some shit.
it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
it's probably yeah so yeah
A real American.
oh yeah man, that's Americana right there. 5-year-olds
Oh, yeah.
taking a nap at kindergarten time to Lil Uzi.
What about Leonard Skinner, man?
Dude. On X, I think it was either a couple of days ago or yesterday. I think it was a couple of days ago. There is this trend going around where kids are, there's this, I forget the term, but there is this specific term that kids are using, and it's pretty much to rebel against their parents or something like that, and they get it from a rap song.
6'7"?
6'7". That's it. Yes, that's it. 6'7". I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Whatever happened to 69, man? Whatever happened to 69? How old are we, goddammit?
Not old enough, apparently. I always say that I was definitely born in the wrong era. Definitely born in the
Yeah,
wrong
me too.
era. Because this dude, what is this timeline that we're living in? I find myself. I'm pretty sure all of you guys do as well. Why exactly was I born in this time period? You know what I'm saying? Why?
Out of all the timelines you could have been in, why this one?
Yeah, dude, I could have been born in the fucking the 5th century, being Joe farming just farming,
And back in those days, you worked only 100 days out of the year, 140 days.
That actually reminds me, back in the early 1900s there were engineers that I think they got like 30 days of sick leave, and
Yeah.
then they also got their money backed by gold,
Yeah.
and so they were making well over 100K with today's money.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
it's also crazy, the backbone of America, which is the truckers. If you look at what they were getting paid 100 years ago, well, not 100, but like let's say in the 40s and 50s compared to today,
Mhm.
their annual salary is depreciated 30%. 30%.
And they're getting replaced by AI too, which were already
Not e-
scheduled to lose 300 million jobs due to AI.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that interesting?
And you want to look at Canada with the trucker movement that happened, and then what did we do? Oh, import Indians. To
Mhm.
do what? Replace them.
Yep.
Because they all lost their jobs.
Same thing.
And they also got debanked for
Yeah.
protesting.
They did. I remember that. That was back in what, 2019?
Yeah. Before the pandemic, weird.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Coincidence, huh?
Just another distraction. That's one thing, because if you look at everything that when the survivors were coming out about their stories about the Epstein files, literally that was September 3rd of this year. September 10th, right, is when Charlie was shot. That same
Weird.
day, the majority of Republicans voted to seal the Epstein files. Okay. Then another
Huh.
distraction, another distraction. Okay, Venezuela. Venezuela happened shortly after that. Okay, so and then this whole thing about Israel is coming up again, and now they're trying to distract us with Mamdani and all those. Now
Mamdani.
now
Give me a break with
there's
that
a
guy.
real problem. There's a real problem with cultures such as Islam invading other cultures and just completely destroying it. There's a real problem there. Um, and I'm not
Let me
saying
put
there's
a,
not a
let
problem
me
there.
put the, hold on. Let me put brakes on this Mandani guy, right? So you're telling me that you want to kick out 1% of the population that pays 50% of all the taxes in New York?
Oh, that's crazy. Hmm.
Well, I mean, he's a socialist, isn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So where are you going to get the other 50% if they're all gone?
Well, it's not going to be the millions of people that they took in here. It's not going to be that. That's going to be the
The
taxpayer.
ones that are getting free money from the government with EBT stamps and
Uh
stuff?
oh yeah, that's who. That's who. That's who. That's who. Just
Okay.
probably through
Okay.
labor.
Look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You see how it like the revolutions happen inside of my head? Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh dude, I was watching they turned
But
the
the people
EBTs back
love
on, by the way.
the people love the guy, dude. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Well, what's
The
interesting
Mamdani guy.
what's interesting now, it is true that the majority of women did vote for Mandami. But
Yeah. They vote with their eyes, not anyway.
a poll that I looked at was that the majority of native born people in New York didn't vote for him. The majority of
Who did?
foreigners voted for him.
Ah, yes, import the voters the Democrat way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's interesting,
Hmm.
and guys, take a look into this too. In the late stages of Rome, I think it was either 3 or 4% of the Roman population were native. So Rome had integrated the majority of foreigners, and that's shortly before it fell. So
And also
why is that a
usury was
problem?
going crazy.
Why is that a problem? Well, you have a majority of people who don't have any loyalty to the country that they're coming into. Where do we see that? We see that everywhere. Dearborn, Michigan, Texas, um, California, Arizona. Do I need to name anywhere else? Okay.
Even me as an example, as a Canadian that is more in favor with the United States
Mm-hmm.
than the country that I reside in.
And you guys have imported millions upon millions of Indians who have no no uh no desire to
You say we
integrate.
like I'm part of this decision making.
See, here's the thing, right? The American and I I always say this: the biggest scam in America is the illusion of choice. That is the
Oh yeah.
biggest scam because we think that our vote matters. We think that our jobs matter. We think that anything we do throughout our lives matters, when in actuality it doesn't. It doesn't. The 2020 election should have shown you that.
The analogy that I like to use is that you guys think that you have a choice of different flavors of ice cream, but in reality, you should have different companies to choose the ice cream from.
Yeah. Too bad they're all owned by
Too bad it's just
BlackRock.
one company. Yeah, exactly.
Too bad they're
Yeah.
all owned by BlackRock. Oh
Yeah.
God! And then we have
What?
a massive problem that not many people are talking about with private private equity companies. Matter of fact, I think one of them just bought the house right across the street from me.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
closer to home than we've realized.
Oh, dude, it's right across the street from us. Just I think like a month ago there was a family that had just moved out, and I'll tell you the home complete in disarray. But that's besides the point. I'm looking at the home now, complete renovations being done. I'm talking. I'm talking. They took down the front porch. They took that out. They took the walls down and they're completely redoing it. They're completely renovating it. Who
So that's like
who has the
already
money
over a
to do
hundred.
that? Who has the money to
That's
do that?
over that's over 100K in renovations, including the labor.
It could be. It could very well
No, it
be.
is. It is. I do renovations. I know.
Oh, really?
Trust me.
Oh, I didn't
No,
know that. That's
yeah.
interesting.
If you're
That's very
gutting the whole
interesting.
place and doing the front porch, yeah, you're looking at more than 100K
Really.
for everything.
So
Yeah.
so who would have the money to do that? Because it's not the average American that has well over 100K to just drop, at the top of a hat like that. You know.
No.
So
No.
who's doing that? It's going to be the private equity firms that are buying 20-30% over asking price, completely pricing out anyone else, right? Dude, this should be made illegal.
Yeah, because
That's exactly why these
the
prices keep going up.
I thought the home was for the people.
Well,
You know, like
it is if you're on a 50-year mortgage.
oh yeah, instead of 30-year mortgages, you have 50. Yay!
Yeah, so the average home today is $435,000. So while
Jeez.
you, the plebeian, makes $40,000 to $60,000 a year, you are then spending 50 years of your life, basically an entire lifetime for some of us, just to pay off 3x the amount of money. Because
And
you
not
got to think
just
about
you,
interest.
but your wife too. So forget about the one income household.
Oh yeah,
And
oh
now,
yeah, oh yeah,
now two is not enough.
oh yeah. No, the very what's what's so interesting is that in the late 1800s, feminism was really coming about, right? You had the anti-suffragists and suffragists that were debating because I saw quite a few of the debates, because I'm like
Mhm.
300 years old. But no, I was reading the literature, right?
You do have a
And
timeless look, by the way.
thank you, it's all in the beard. So you have all of these people that were having these conversations, and then feminism really was brought about, right? And so,
Mm.
who better to benefit from women leaving the private space, going into the public space, right? Becoming taxable because they earned the right to vote, going to work, right? Therefore, taxes, right? Who
Oh,
who benefits the most from this? Of course, the government. Spectre.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm HVAC certified. That's awesome, dude. It's a great career field to go into.
Good man, smart man.
It's very, very smart. Don't go to college. College is a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time.
Money,
Yep.
waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Built a,
even even if even sorry, even if you're in the what should we call it, the mathematics science, there's a specific term for that, like that
um
umbrella.
ISAT.
You know, we,
You know ISAT?
something like that. But it's like it was like a general term talking about like the advanced math in computers
Oh,
and
you're talking about
stem
computer
cells.
sciences, right? Computer sciences.
Yeah, but like there's like an umbrella term that like they use for college education to talk about those fields in specific. Like it's an acronym for it that they use. But all my whole point is that even that field of even stem cells and all and advanced mathematic arithmetic, it's going by the wayside because of AI.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
even if you're in that field in university, you're going to be replaced in 10 years.
5.
5.
5 years.
I
That's
thought we had
why
time.
that's why I say that, and I'm called crazy. I'm called crazy for saying this, but I'm one of the only YouTubers that's saying this, is that America only has 5 years left. The reason I say that is because the implementation, look at what Sora 2 is doing, right? Can you imagine the political warfare that's going to come from that, right?
Never
Just
mind.
and not just that, but think of the scamming that's going to go on. Think about the jobs that we are already scheduled to lose 300 million already due to AI, right?
Oh.
So
Oh.
think of the possibilities that is
The
going to happen
judicial
from this.
the justice system being manipulated because of AI videos turning into,
Mhm.
evidence,
Yep. Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. Think of the
to
political
favor.
persecution
Yeah,
against people who are truly innocent. Let me get to Spectre's comment here. Let's see. The company I worked for collectively owns over 250. What the fuck? In apartment complexes. My boss literally had us go to her house and build these little. These little what? I went to college too, Harvard, CS 50 for computer science free. Really, that's interesting. But
not bad.
250 there, dude. It's hard enough. It's hard enough, and it's even hard enough for me to even keep my home as a disabled veteran. It's hard enough for me to keep my home, especially when I can't work because of my disabilities, right? But let's let's completely allow what is it, Blackstone? Yeah, I think it's Blackstone, right? To own thousands, hundreds of thousands of single family homes, and then
Vanguard, State Street as well.
okay, okay,
That
I don't
those are other entities. Yeah.
okay. I only know a lot about Blackstone, but I do know that they're even buying up HOAs, I think, as well. And what, dude? These people are so sick, dude.
Bro,
They're
bro, HOAs is even a scam too.
yeah, it
No
is.
offense.
I mean, no, no, no.
It's
You're right. You're right.
it's
You're
basically
absolutely right.
fascism 101.
Mhm. Yep. Because
Yeah,
what the
just give all
because
the
what they can do is, well, yeah, BlackRock, yeah, but um um there is a private equity firm, I do believe it is called Blackstone. Excuse me, it's
yeah,
called Blackstone. And they're a private equity company. Um
which BlackRock owns a stake of as well.
yep. Yep, I do remember seeing that too. But what they're doing is they're going and buying up these HOAs, right? They're raising mortgages and rent in these single wides or double wides, I think.
Mm.
Literally pricing people, especially people who are elderly and living off of Social Security, which is going to be liquefied in the next 5 years.
So no more
So,
retirement.
right, so no more retirement, which is exactly why they pushed the retirement from 65 to 71. And then you have evil motherfuckers like Ben Shapiro who are saying, no, people who are retiring, it's completely stupid. Work until you're dead.
He hasn't worked a day in his life.
Oh, I can guarantee you he hasn't. I guarantee you the hardest work he's had to do is make a complete fool out of a dumb college kid.
Wow, so much work and
So
thought
much work.
process to do that.
So much work. So much. But, you have I see it every single day, man. It's so heartbreaking, dude. It really pisses me off. I see old men, old women in their 60s, 70s working. We shouldn't be seeing that. We shouldn't.
No.
Matter of fact, well, when I was working a shift for our for a fundraiser for my local disabled American veterans unit, um, I had saw this guy get off work, and then he said, "Well, guys, I'll talk to you later. You guys have a great night. Thank you for your service." And he said he was going to go rest up. I was like, "Dude, that's awesome." And he said, I asked him, I was like, "Do you happen to have any plans for the rest of the night, man? Like, you should, watch TV, relax, go to sleep." He said, "No, man.
Mm.
I'm probably going to sleep for a couple hours and then go to my next job." I said, "What? Your next job?"
What?
I said, "Yeah. Next job. I start at 12 o'clock to 7 in the morning." I was like, "What?"
How old is he?
He was in his 60s.
Bruh.
I was like, "Dude,
Bruh,
you shouldn't be doing that."
No, that's no. What
A
the
60-year-old
what?
man having two jobs, dude. Two jobs. That should not be happening.
That doesn't make sense.
That should
That
not be
literally doesn't
happening.
make sense.
That should not be happening.
If
And-
if a society cannot take care of its elderly, what is it really doing?
well, it's taking care of other foreign nations.
Oh, right, got it. Yeah, the one foreign nation that is artificial.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, that we don't have a an actual pact with. So that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
So, dude, um, I'm quite terrified for the future of the nation. I really
Oh,
am.
you and me both, man. Because if you guys go down, we all fall.
That's what I've been saying too. Uh, America has had a hegemony over the world for over 100 years now. Over
Which,
100 years.
thank you, by the way, of having that hegemony, because without you guys, believe me, the alternative would have
You're
been a
welcome.
lot worse.
You're
Any
welcome.
alternative would have been a lot worse than what we have right now.
You're
And it's
welcome.
pretty bad now.
Just relax. Just relax within the wings of the gigantic eagle that's carrying you to freedom.
But I do mean that, by the way. Like, without like the real patriots, the real Americans that are within the system pulling the strings,
Yeah.
there wouldn't be prosperity that we have in the world today. Even though, yes, it is not 100% prosperous, it could be a lot worse if it wasn't America.
Well,
Because if it was
yeah.
Nazi Germany instead, I could guarantee you the people that are saying that they would rather speak German would not like that.
Yeah. That's true.
No, because if they really wanted to, believe in Nazism, they should already be speaking German right now in
Yeah.
protest. But they
Anytime
don't do that.
anytime a culture wants to leave their own nation and go to another nation, they should cast off everything that they'd left behind. Everything.
You would
and
think,
then
but
assimilate
like,
into the new culture that they are coming into. But we don't see that.
you would think.
You
No.
would
Well,
think, but it was never
yeah,
about assimilation. It was about
no.
replacement. That's all. That's what it's about. That's
The
exactly
amount
what it's
of
about.
immigrants that came to North America, including Canada, okay, would not have amounted to only 375 million people. It would have been a lot more. So where did all these people go? All the millions that came throughout hundreds of years.
Bro,
Where did all their generations go?
no idea, bro. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Because the math ain't mathing, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's for a country that says they protect its own, they really don't.
No, they
Even Canada included in this, by the way.
yeah
So
yeah. It's never been about. Well, actually, um, I say this all the time too. It's social class war, right?
it's
Humanity
always been
finds
about that.
itself in this cycle over and over and over again. I talk about this in like way back into the channel's history. I talk about this, right? And I talk
Yeah.
about examples of um let's say early civilization, right? With Sumer constantly at war with each other for what? Status.
Yep.
Power, okay? Control, social class, right? It's what it's always been about ever since we started creating status, right? Being
That's what
chieftain,
it's always been about.
right? Um, that's what it's always been about. And
It's not about changing the system, it's about becoming the system
yeah,
and just moving chairs around like musical chairs.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what it's. You look at examples like Rome. Rome was a pretty good example of social class war, right? Then you
Mm.
look at with the replacement with the foreigners and stuff, because who's making those decisions? It's definitely not the people, you know. But then you also look at the French Revolution. What brought about that? Well, the poor were starving to death, while Marie Antoinette and her husband were eating five-star meals every single day, living in complete luxury. People got tired of it, and they wood chippered them. So,
Did you know that in the French Revolution, like before it started, the way that they lived is the peasants at the bottom of a building and the aristocrats on top? They were literally one level of like away from
oh
each other.
really?
So it's not different boroughs or
I thought it was
neighborhoods, you know?
I thought there were more of a I thought there was more distance. Like we're like the peasants would be outside of the walls, and the aristocrats would be with royalty.
No, it was a lot closer than you would realize.
Oh, is that why there always was kind of overhang with the second floors and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was a
crazy.
lot closer. It was literally right in front of their face.
Yeah. You know, and
So you could hear them at the top floor having a ball, right? And having champagne, while the peasants at the bottom floor were starving and seeing their kids die of hunger.
dude, it was a um humiliation kick.
Well, to all the royal families, because they all saw what was going on with the French Revolution and said to themselves, if it's starting there, what about me?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Hmm.
it eventually came to them
Yeah, slowly, except for Great
slowly.
Britain, for some reason.
Well, I mean, you can. Actually, the UK is a good one with the rebellion against um or the rebellion with the Scottish people. You know how there was literally an uprising against the aristocrats,
You don't say.
and then guess what? When they lost that war, all of them were executed.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
really? It is interesting.
But history, right?
And yeah, history. We also don't talk about the Irish genocide, the potato famine that happened
Yeah, that's right.
either, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. One thing that people don't really talk about is the Rockefellers, right? How as the monopolies were being brought about, were beginning, that Rockefeller was one of the biggest components of the working class instead of people with critical thinking skills, right?
We don't need a nation of thinkers. We
No,
need a nation of workers.
yep, exactly, exactly. And if you complained about having lung complications from working in the coal mines, guess what? You can go starve.
Yeah, when you're 7.
Or or when you are complaining about working 24 25 hours a day, in shirtwaist, you you could just get locked in. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about a fire. It's whatever. Um
Well, we give you a cell. Be thankful
Oh yeah,
that we
yeah,
don't
yeah,
leave
yeah,
you
yeah.
outside.
The little cubicle that you have, dude.
Well,
The
interesting you used cubicle to describe it.
Mhm.
I like it.
I was actually about to jump over to the fact that now that we know that the dollar has lost pretty much all of its value,
Yeah.
97% since 1913. We're off of the gold standard. There's nothing backing. There's no precious. There's no actual currency that is backing this slip of paper that we carry around and call it currency, right? We are literally working slave wages. We are literally slaves today.
Debt slaves.
Working to America is more productive today than even in the early 1900s.
And this was a time where we didn't have automation.
Well, no, 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 no. There was some automation.
Yeah, but it's
Not nearly
primitive
as much
compared.
today because of all the
Yeah,
technology, obviously.
that's
But
that's what I'm saying.
oh
But
yeah,
still, it's weird, right? With
yeah,
all the progression of technology that we have, we still work harder than we did before.
yep,
That
yep.
doesn't make sense.
And then you have boomers all the time telling people, oh, just work harder.
What do the boomers know, man? Seriously, like let's be real. The
Pull
kids
yourself
today,
up by your
yeah,
bootstraps, youngin.
that's literally the opposite of what they were saying because pulling up by your bootstraps is doesn't make sense.
I pulled my butt straps. I pulled my bootstraps up to my butt cheeks all every single day, 8 days a week. Well, dude, what a
No,
joke, man.
they're out of touch, man. Like honestly,
Um,
I feel so sorry
yeah.
for Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Alpha,
Gen Alpha,
Gen
Gen
Beta
Alpha,
now.
really, Gen Alpha, really do, because um, Gen Alpha never had a shot.
No,
Never had a
I
shot.
feel so sorry for them. I feel
Never had a
so
shot.
sorry. Like imagine growing up now and going to elementary school now with all the technology and all of the ruckus that's happening now,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. No wonder the suicide rates are going up. No
Yeah.
wonder. Like, I don't blame the kids today, man. Like, it was pretty easy for me growing up in like the 2000s, because at least there was hope with like the internet coming out and like, oh my god, cell phones. No more of the
You know
pager.
what's you know what's crazy is that when there was a 10-year span before the American Civil War where there was intense civil unrest, and guess what it was over? Racism.
What? Oh,
Racism,
weird.
slavery, that sort of issue. Well, guess what? The same thing is going on right now. Intense
Huh.
civil unrest over racism, over slavery. It's like this
Yeah,
inevitable cycle, right?
and
But
weaponizing like disenfranchised minorities
Mhm. It's
to.
it's always the same. It's always the same thing, right? When Biden was campaigning, he was literally, I mean,
Oh,
all of them were
if you don't vote
using,
for me, if you
then you're
don't vote
not
for me,
black.
you ain't black.
Exactly. Yeah, but
That's pretty racist.
that is pretty racist, 100%. But they were also using the black community as a token, right? Calling Trump racist and everything that sort. But then you have now you have Trump doing the very same thing that the Democrats were doing, you know, because Trump was saying if we don't allow these 600,000 Chinese spies potentially to come into our nation and flourish our colleges, well then our black colleges are going to suffer.
What? That
Yeah.
doesn't even make any sense. It's
Yeah.
gonna suffer even more.
Well, there's a couple of questions that I have with that. One, why are these potential spies going to black colleges anyways?
Weird, eh?
And then two, why do we have to have foreigners come in to our country to prop up our colleges anyways, to keep our economy going?
Don't you guys
It's kind
already?
of like the system is already broken to the point to where I don't know, it's going to fall without foreign influence. Crazy.
No.
Spectre,
It's gonna.
everything goes up but your paycheck. You're exactly right, buddy. You're exactly right. Yep.
Wages stayed the same.
Dude, wages have been stagnant for well over what, 20 years now?
50 plus years.
Oh, really? 50? I thought it was 20. I thought it was 20.
1970,
Mhm.
80, 90, 2000s, 2010s.
Oh.
And now we're in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
a
a good
lot longer, baby.
60s, yeah. Yeah, because the American dream died after the 60s. You're right.
It died with Kennedy. Literally the last hope.
Literally. Yep. Yep. The last hope that we had for a promising
And his
future.
family was true Americans, because in order for them to survive and thrive, they would have to be bootleggers.
Yeah.
So
Which
those
is
are
what, which
real
is which is
Americans to
where
me.
Kennedy came from. We're
Yeah,
bootleggers.
his dad.
Yeah.
His dad was heavily organized.
Yeah.
But do I blame him to see an opportunity inside of a market? No. Because who started it? Who started the prohibiting the alcohol? Wasn't it the government?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say is that,
Yeah,
so it's
it
like,
was.
why would you ruin a market and then let criminals take over? So like,
Well,
you know,
that's pretty much who is running our government now, anyways. But a bunch of
yeah.
criminals, defending kitty diddlers. So,
And warmongers.
oh, did you
God
learn,
knows what else.
dude? Megyn Kelly just ended her career, bro. Just ended her
Oh
career.
yeah, I've heard like some stuff about Megyn Kelly, but like remind me and the audience what happened.
So, Megyn Kelly, I actually made a post to this earlier. Megyn Kelly had pretty much said that, well, it's pretty much okay to violate 14 and 15-year-olds.
Oh, because they're barely legal.
Oh yeah, because they're barely legal. Yeah. Yeah.
Key word being barely. Like it's like
yeah, barely not
Yeah.
18, but barely being
barely,
15. Right.
barely.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And then what's really
From a woman.
from a woman, no less. You're right. From a
Gotcha.
woman, no less.
I thought they were all on the same side. Jeez.
Well, you would think so. You would think so, but as soon as women get power, they start tearing each other apart anyways, so
Yeah, just look at the Lebanese divorce rates. Lesbian divorce rates. Sorry,
yeah?
not Lebanese. Yeah,
Um
well, I mean, gay men are happier in marriage. Weird, eh?
that is true. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
I-
Men
I-
could get along,
I
as we could plainly see right now.
well, I mean, yeah, because women are always in competition with one another. It doesn't matter how friendly they are. They're always in competition with one another, right? Men, it's not exactly that. Now,
No.
they're not as in competition, with other men as they are as women are. But when it comes to mate selection, I guess you could say that competition is going to happen regardless. But men can
All
definitely
is fair
get along.
in love and war.
Exactly, but you can also say definitely in survival situations, men are going to get along a lot better than what women are. I mean, we saw this on Bear Grylls' show.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing even on Survivor.
Yep.
Literally the same thing 20 years ago.
Yep.
Girls bickering over like what
A
are they
pig.
gonna do and
They were
and
crying. They were
wander
crying. They were crying over to
Yeah.
kill up.
and then the men were like, "All right, let's go get some fish. We're gonna build a raft. We're gonna get a fireplace going. We're gonna get some wood. Let's go, team." And when they're done, the women sent one of their own as a messenger to plead the guys' help.
Oh, but
Bro,
but check this out too. They were actually receiving help in between filming.
Huh.
In between filming, they were actually getting help. Isn't that interesting?
Would you look at that?
But what ended the show? What ended the show was that there was a group of women that had injected themselves into the group of men, right? And the weaker men who were manipulated by Box, they were being manipulated by these women, and then they eventually worked their way to take down the entirety of the hierarchy. So that's exactly how nature plays out. It's nature.
That's literally poetic.
It is.
And look what's happening right now.
Yep.
Disenfranchised beta males that are listening to very power-hungry women to overthrow alpha males out of positions of authority, which they deserved because of merit.
And if you look into, I'm talking early anti-suffragist literature, that's exactly what they say. It's exactly what they say, that women are sitting on top of their loft, right, just enjoying their own presence, while looking at men as if they're something to be tamed, essentially. Be tamed, right?
Well, kind of like a Black Widow. Because we know how Black Widows reproduce, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't. How do Black Widows reproduce?
So you have a male spider, which is smaller, and a female spider, which is bigger.
Yeah.
So what the male has to do is show off that he has like the best genes. So he would make his own web and whatever and prove that, he still got the goods for the woman. And the female Black Widow would pick the winner. And what would she do? Eat him.
Well, after mating.
No, that is the mating process. They eat. The female eats the male.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What? Yo, Chad,
Yeah,
is
pretty
this
sure.
Chad, is this right?
I'm pretty
What?
sure that's how they mate.
What? I had
But
no
either
idea.
way, the female like sucks the living shit out of the dude. So take it if you will, but like that's not a it's
Yo,
not a
that
blowjob
that
that I want.
that sounds like OnlyFans. That sounds exactly like
Weird, right?
OnlyFans, right? It's crazy how nature mirrors each other. Dude, you want to know something interesting? We have
Shoot.
weak, pathetic men who are spending $15 million on OnlyFans.
I thought I
I
was
did a
weak.
video on Lil Tay as soon as she started her OnlyFans. I did a video on it,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
Yeah, that's weird.
she
Why do a
made,
bunch of dudes wait for her to turn 18?
dude,
What the fuck?
some I saw were pre-ordering her stuff since
Isn't
the
that
age of
illegal technically?
12. Since the age of 12, I went way southern with that. But since that's what I heard. That's what I heard. It may be, I may be off, but that's what I heard, right? But the in the first 24 hours that she started her OF, right? Because that's what I'm going to call it. I don't want to get, you know, uh, poo pooed on by YouTube. So, um,
Right.
since the first 24 hours that she started her OF, she made over $1 million. And then the next few days, she made $6 to $7 million.
1 million.
Yeah,
6, 7?
6, 7. Yeah, 6, 7. It all
No, you
comes
can't.
full circle, man. It all comes
Fucking
full
goddamn.
circle.
Oh my god.
It all
Oh
comes
my
full
god.
circle.
Is this another Black Mirrored episode right now?
I
Is
think
this,
so.
Are
I think
we
so.
are we being recorded?
We are being recorded.
Well, technically, yeah.
We're being recorded. Spectre, I don't know what's going on, man. I saw your comment and I was waiting for it to pop into the chat box. I don't know what's going. I don't see it. I don't see it. This is super weird.
What
It's
what doesn't he see?
so as we're recording, the comments usually pop up, and then I can see it pop up in my comment box, so I can read it. But
Uh-huh.
I don't even see it pop up just yet. So it's been
Okay.
quite a few minutes. That doesn't usually happen, which is super weird.
Right.
So, but yeah, we have
We have been saying a lot of key terms that have been red flagged by the AIs that govern inside of YouTube.
probably. I think
Mm.
I think
'Cause
we
I-
probably
I
touched
don't-
on
do you
just
remember
about
the
every
screen-
word. That,
Do you remember
that
the
is red flag.
screenshot? Do you remember the screenshot of the commenter that guessed my color? This was way
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I remember that.
And it was a fresh account, only 1 year made, and it's just one comment in the channel, only directed to me.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh, here we go. Here we
Found
go.
you. Okay.
Oh, female Black Widow spiders mate with the male. Then when he finishes, she bites off his head, and sucks. Okay, yeah.
So I was wrong but right.
Wrong but right.
if-
Yeah, because I was thinking
I-
about tarantulas, because tarantulas do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. The thing is, the difference is, tarantulas, they'll do a dance, kind of like how birds do, right? But they'll
Oh, yeah,
they'll do
the-
a dance, and then what happens is the male has to get the female in a trance, right? And then he can go
Yeah.
reproduce, and then if he can leave, if he can escape in time, then he'll do that. But that usually doesn't happen, and bruh gets destroyed usually. My boy don't make it.
Oh yeah.
My boy don't make it. So
Oh no.
you know, yeah, sad
thing-
day for F in the chat for F in the chat for my boys.
The things men do for love. Am I right?
Well, I
boys?
don't think well, I mean, probably love, yeah, for sure, because there are a lot of passport bros who are going overseas to get absolutely used. Used and
Well,
abused.
rightfully so, because most of them suck anyway.
That's
They're
true.
there for the wrong reasons, most of them. I mean, it's sad to say, but
a
like,
lot of them, yeah.
before passport bros being a thing, men actually went out to look out in the real world for a real woman. But
That's true.
that's been commercialized by the label Passport Bros, and a lot of shitheads took the opportunity to go and fuck over a lot of foreign women in their own land. So obviously they're going to retaliate with
That's true.
organized crime. Also in Colombia, there's many stories of like men being basically murdered by women on Tinder in Colombia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know,
I can't tell you
but I
how
don't.
many stories I heard where dudes were getting drugged. You know, they
Yeah,
woke up, their wallet's gone, their phone's gone, every single thing is gone, all of the money's drained out of their account, and they can't find a way back.
but like the
Wasn't there
thing
a
is
British
that
guy
it's
that made a short where he lost everything from getting scammed?
oh I didn't hear
I
that
thought
story.
so, right?
I didn't hear that story, but like I
Oh yeah, this was a while ago. This was
I mean
a UK guy.
it's not unbelievable.
Yeah, a guy from the UK was, I think he was in Thailand because it's always in Thailand, right? Um, he was
Yeah.
approached by two beautiful women just out of nowhere, and dude thought he was the luckiest motherfucker in the world, and then he took him back to his hotel, was having some drinks, right? Passed out. Next thing you know, everything's gone.
On.
So, you know, yeah,
When it's too good to be true,
it
it's not.
usually is. When
Well,
it's
it
too
usually
good.
is too good to be true. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
it usually is. So, but one thing I always say about Passport, uh, anything Passport Bros usually is that, um, yes, it's about financial freedom. That's what it was. What it was always about. The thing is that you're trading your ability to defend yourself. You know, unfortunately, the American dream is to leave America. Unfortunately, right? Which shouldn't
But
happen.
where?
That that's a good question. Where can you go that also allows you to defend yourself? Nowhere. Nowhere else on this planet do you have a Second Amendment. Nowhere. Nowhere at all.
No.
Right.
No.
So your trade, I keep seeing, get your passport, get your passport, get your passport. Okay, yeah, that's fine, but you're not really doing anything to fix the issue, right? You're not.
No.
You're
You're
not.
leaving. You're
Exactly.
leaving. Like
You're leaving. You're
that's
giving
that's
up.
not a
You know.
solution.
Yeah. I don't think that that's really a solution at all. Right. You can't just
Yeah.
see the one thing, and I also talk about black pill too. Right. Black pill. Men going their own way. Right, MGTOW. Um.
But is
I
that really black pill?
Well, it is more black pill because you're giving up on everything entirely, right? And
Mm,
I don't. It's that's not a good take. It really isn't.
no.
I understand the take, I really do, but it's not a good take because there are so many things that you could do, right? And let for the women that don't want to change, they can breed themselves out. That's fine. That's fine. But the smart ones who actually want to learn and want to do better, right? As the men are doing better, then absolutely we have to come to the table, right? We have to have those discussions. We have to have the
Absolutely.
hard conversations. We have to stay, right? We can't just go leave, right? Um, because then we're giving up our freedoms to defend ourselves, right? I
Which is
understand it, right?
really important. I cannot stress it enough.
What's the
The minute
point
the guns go
of
away from
exactly what's the point of having financial freedom if you don't have the means to defend it? You know
it's like a bank that doesn't have armed guards.
exactly, exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
That's what it's about. And you just don't get that with the passport bro movement. You know, and
No.
I talk about that all the time. And the majority of passport bros, unfortunately, now is about going over and getting myself a high value woman. I'm gonna go over here and leave all these cotton candy color hair girls with bull rings and tattoos. which
to go
that is a
overseas
very
and get
valid point.
scammed.
Yeah, essentially.
So you're becoming a target
Yeah, now it
now.
wasn't that way like 20, 30 years ago, right?
Not even
Now
10.
now
Not
now
even
you
10
could
years
have,
ago.
yeah. You could have went and absolutely had financial freedom, had a pretty traditional wife, everything was good to go. You could have a beautiful family, right, that you could take care of, financially and physically. But the longer that goes on, especially now, you become a target, you know. So
Yeah.
that's that's the biggest thing about it. If you could go to a country, right, where you were allowed to have firearms to defend yourself, by all means, and that country has traditional women, has traditional or promotes traditional families, the nuclear family, the dream of life, because let's face it, biologically, all of us have have a biological desire to procreate, to make a family, right?
It's one of the few reasons we live.
Exactly, exactly. And there's gonna be a hard truth, but these people that are saying, "Oh, well, I could live without a family. I don't need a woman. I don't need a man." You're coping. You're coping.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
I
coping
used to say the same thing, right? So I'm not guilt free of this,
because if you
but
want
I
children,
realize
if you want children, you're going to need a man. You're going to need a woman, right?
and you need both of them to work together for one purpose, one
Exactly.
goal,
Exactly. Right.
as a team.
Mm-hmm. And there's a certain way that works. There's a certain way that works. But
Yeah.
we have here in America, I would say just in Western culture.
Yeah, not just you guys, not just you
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Let's make it very clear.
That was flipped on its head. Men
Yeah.
were becoming more like women, and women were becoming
Yeah.
more like men.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why our birth rate is 1.6. Yep, 1.6.
Yeah. It's not even Western countries. You could even look that in Japan as well.
Oh, dude,
I don't really count.
Japan is facing a massive population collapse too.
Yeah. So it's like it's weird. Why are all of these countries that are affiliated with the United States
Sorry.
facing this?
Yeah.
This lack of purpose. It doesn't make sense.
See,
and especially to
most important
to my point.
thing. Yeah, go ahead.
To my point of like in 300 years with all of this immigration, where did all the people go and their generations afterwards?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the math isn't mathing, and it's like we're seeing again, but more on a global scale of that type of ideology that's being pumped out, which is it's two dots that don't need to be connected, but I've just found the correlation. That's all.
Well,
I find it very suspicious.
It's not necessarily feminism or anything else that really destroys countries. It's again social class wars. The wealthy elite that rules over that oppresses really the lower class. That's what it always is.
Yeah.
Because in Korea, people are overworked. I think they're working like 80 hours a week, 80, 90 hours a week. I think they're working.
Let's say 65 hours a week conservatively.
At base rate. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just
because,
to keep it realistic.
Well, we could say maybe 60, 70 hours a week. We could say that.
Yeah, because 80 is a lot.
80 is
2 weeks in 1 week.
Well, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's how hard they're worked, and they still can't provide for a family. They still can't buy an apartment, and that's why their population is collapsing. Is because they can't afford a family.
Yeah, and it's weird how like in South Korea, like you could basically call it Samsung.
Yeah. Everything is owned by Samsung out there. Everything. And I was stationed out in Korea. I know. I saw it. Samsung was
and you
everywhere.
were there. You were there.
Yep.
I'm just saying it. and you were there. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Yep. Spectre. Oh, I could use him. This is what I was laughing at earlier. I could use a man. Finally get some shit done. But to your point earlier, the whole purpose. What I would say what really drives a man's content in life is a purpose, right? It's a purpose. If we don't have a purpose, if we don't have a vision, a desire, so a passion, right? Then we become these husks within ourselves, and that's what a lot of black pill men are, you know. And I understand it. I really do. They've been attacked ruthlessly by society, by
Disenfranchised,
women.
ostracized,
Yep. Yep.
even by even by other men too. By the way,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
calling them weak and pathetic and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
weak and pathetic. But
Yeah.
it's like, in but like you have like even though the black pill is kind of like wrong, but I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. I don't. I I
I
I
I
I
don't.
I I blame them for just wanting to turn their back on society completely. That's what I do blame them for. But where they find themselves at and feeling the way that they do, I understand that completely. I really do. Um,
Well, yeah, me too. Look, I'm 31 years old. My parents had me when they were 24, and I have no kids.
yeah. You know what's interesting is that more young Americans are staying at home with their families. My age, because I'm
I don't
28,
blame
my,
them.
my age, your age, right, than there ever was in the early 1900s.
You can't afford a studio apartment in Manhattan in one income.
No,
No,
no, you can't. Because they're
you
what?
can't.
What?
Studio
20, 25, 3,000? You know,
a month.
$2,500, $3,000 a month. I do know around in DC, like I'm talking bare minimum was what 25, I think, for for for
That's
for
lit.
for a studio apartment. You
What is
know,
this, a comedy show? Like, why are you making me laugh? You know what I mean? Like, this is not supposed to be
well, it's not
reality.
laughing; it's crying inside. You know, the laughter is just the coping.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
Comedy is just the second step from the first step of tragedy.
Yeah. Anytime someone uses comedy in a traumatic situation, it's always to cope with something. So, uh,
It's the only medicine that we have for it.
yep, yep, yep. Laughter is the best medicine, as they say.
That's why I
Um,
love military humor.
but yeah. So what I suspect to happen within the next 5 years, that's why I say 5 years, is because we're already scheduled to lose 300 million jobs, as I was talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then what's interesting, and I didn't bring this up earlier, but Amazon had brought 30,000 jobs. Okay. What they did was they had filled 10,000 jobs with AI, and then they filled the rest of those jobs with H1B visas. So
Huh. So
they
so
didn't
not
give it
even
to. No,
Americans.
yeah, no, they didn't have Americans fill those positions. They had foreigners fill those positions.
Foreigners that, like, look, with all due respect, foreigners that are even more entrapped in the H1B visas
Mm-hmm.
because they're not American citizens and they don't have the same legal rights as American born citizens. So
Exactly, and
there's a
there are.
loophole to abuse them,
Mhm.
or else they get deported back.
Yeah,
And no one wants to go back,
yeah.
right?
I've heard stories of H1B visas or H1B personnel who would say that if they had mentioned even something about America per se or American government, they would be shipped back. They
Oh,
would be
that's
shipped back home.
interesting.
Yeah.
Freedom of what again?
Well, I think that's
What
freedom of speech. I think I could be
Oh,
wrong.
right.
I could be
Isn't that
wrong unless the
isn't
internet
which amendment
applies.
was that again? Which amendment was that?
Was it the
It's not
sixth?
the third.
Was it the 16th Amendment?
I don't remember if it was the 16th. I think it was number one.
Oh, isn't that crazy? Number one. Number one. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Separation of church and state. Freedom of expression. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Unless it's Scientology, then you better get this thing that we call medicine. So,
Listen,
you know.
listen, listen. L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who invented Scientology, is a pretty smart guy. Maybe not the nicest guy, but he was pretty smart.
Yeah.
To start a religion that became just as big as Scientology did, his
Right.
creation, it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
You've seen the South Park episode of what they actually believe in, right?
No. To be honest with you, bro, I haven't seen South Park in I don't know how many years. To be honest with you,
They suck now. It's South Park is not what it used to be.
they
No,
suck
no, no.
now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got bought and sold by different other corporate entities, and they've been passed around. You know how it is, right?
Oh,
You lose your edge. You
like a
get buffed out.
like a like a college cheerleader, huh? College cheerleader with a uh liberal arts degree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
A lot
or
of flexibility.
or we can say that one chick who's Akash's wife who got completely turned out in college, and now she's completely vying for someone else's husband.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
do you know about that?
I have a basic idea, but
Oh,
not
dude,
really, no.
it's so pathetic, bro. It's so cringe. It's hard to watch. So
Yeah.
there's this comedian Akash, right? Who
Oh, Akash Patel. Yeah. Funny guy. Really
Oh
funny guy.
well, I mean, yeah, he's definitely he's definitely funny. At least he can count to 33. So
Oh, good for him.
I think.
Wait,
But
you said that number again.
all right, Spectre. His wife has been missing a number one of years. Oh no, I'm sorry. His wife has been missing a number of years. The creator of Scientology. Oh really? Um,
Mm.
the main building in Santa Monica. Really? That's interesting. I had no
Mm.
idea. That's
There's a
crazy.
lot of there's a lot of disappearances that happen within the walls of Scientology that no one talks about.
There's a lot of disappearances for a lot of different things, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But none of the good guys do the kidnapping.
that's true. That's why they get kidnapped. That's why they get kidnapped.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they get kidnapped, and it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So
Yeah, but good for them on not giving in to evil.
yeah, you gotta say that. Yeah, gotta give them that. You gotta give them that. So, all right.
That's why all my money is on them and not evil.
Well, unfortunately, that's why evil always, well, wouldn't say always prevails, but um, evil will do whatever it takes.
You sure about
Let's
that?
just say that evil will always do whatever it takes.
I don't think so.
He will always do whatever it takes.
The good
Unfortunately.
will do whatever it takes to win, not evil.
Well, I mean, but then you would have to get into the philosophical, debate over would
That's
would
that's
good
more my
resort
realm.
would good resort to lying, cheating, and stealing, right? And
No.
good people don't. That's exactly why I'm saying,
But
evil will always do that.
would the evil sacrifice themselves for the greater good?
Well, the evil would sacrifice other people for the greater good.
Not them, not themselves.
No, no, never, never themselves, never
Right.
themselves usually.
Okay.
So
Mm.
interesting, right?
All I'm saying is that like the people who start these wars in your Congress, send your kids.
Hmm. That's why they hated Ozzy. That's exactly why they hated Ozzy. And until what his dying breath, they called him a satanist. Isn't that interesting?
Why him?
Well, because of the song War Pigs. Interesting,
No, no,
right?
no.
Oh,
I meant it a rhetorical question. Like,
oh,
why? Because
oh.
it's like the evil
S-
ones are calling him evil. That's weird.
something I didn't know is that when Rage Against the Machine was writing their was it was it Calm Like a Bomb or was it Bulls on Parade?
I don't know. I know all I know is about them is that they're sellouts.
Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah, they turned into the machine.
Oh, really? Did they?
Yeah, they flipped. They
Um,
were never. But were they ever against the machine? No, in my opinion, no. They were always in.
well, I remember Chris Cornell. He was actually singing their song. I'm pretty sure it was Calm Like a Bomb, and the lyrics were originally written. Uh, some of those who hold office are the same that burn crosses, but due to the record label saying can't do that, you can't say that, then they changed it to those who run forces, right, are the ones who burn crosses. But Chris Cornell sung the original lyrics. So, but isn't that interesting how he just committed unaliving? Interesting.
Yeah.
Rage has been touring again, but I haven't heard any other. I haven't heard any of their new music either. I haven't.
It's
I've
not the same.
I would imagine not. Kind of like how Kiss fell off after, Ace and Chris left the. Was it Chris, right?
Even Linkin Park.
Oh, dude, Linkin Park fell off so hard. And then now they're disrespecting Chester.
Why? Chester was the band. I'm sorry
Exactly.
about the other guy.
Chester was the band.
I'm sorry about the other lyricist, the bassist, or whoever it was that has some credit for the band as well. But honestly, if it's not Chester's voice
It's
singing the
not Linkin
Linkin
Park.
Park songs, it's not like no,
Yeah.
it's not.
They
I'm
should
sorry.
they should have
I'm sorry.
rebranded. They absolutely should have rebranded and called themselves something else. I mean,
You
they could
rebrand, you
have
lose money.
they could have they could have rebranded. They could have done like a public thing about it, you know. Matter of fact, I think they would have made more money had they done Chester justice instead of trying
Yeah,
to
but
replace Chester.
you're talking about honor
Oh yeah,
in the music business.
yeah, that's too much to ask. Please no, no, no talk Linkin Park. That girl is dog crap. Oh yeah, dude, the singer that they were, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, she's I there's another band that disappointed me just as much as they did, and that's actually Dragon Force.
Oh yeah, the Guitar Hero guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's money, man. Why is it that here in America we have monetized everything?
Everything.
Everything is monetized. Everything.
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 Why? It's weird, eh? And it's monetized over a currency that's not backed by anything.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why I say, because if as far as I've come to find out, our economy is basically dependent upon Japan. If Japan collapses, so do we. I mean, we
Japan.
collapse. Yeah, yeah, because Japan holds a stake in a massive stake in our currency. I think.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh.
yeah, and I think that came from the agreement that we had after World War II when they surrendered. I could be wrong.
Oh, these are the same. This is the same country that did Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah,
Huh. Well, that's
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
then we could definitely say that America does what it always. Now, I'm not saying that Japan was right at all. Japan absolutely did a sick thing. Um, but what we can also say is that just like World War II, how we had ships with American personnel with munitions in those ships and waters that we shouldn't have been in, so did we also um, provide munitions for countries that we really shouldn't have even been a part of. You know, we should not have been manufacturing planes, tanks, ammunition, and shipping it over to the UK and France. We should have been doing that. Our founding fathers had warned us about neutrality, and here we are, very directly going against those warnings. But money machine, war machine, keeps us going.
You gotta love that liquid, baby.
Keeps us going. The reason, if you guys ever wonder why our economy does so bad during peacetime, is because our economy was built off of was built to survive through war. That's what it was. That's what it was about.
Well, before 1913, that wasn't the case. It's only after.
Yeah. I I mean I guess you can say that, but then as we were talking before the stream with 1861 being the first implementation of the income tax to fund right the Civil War,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
you know,
That's right.
I mean
Yeah, so it goes
you could
far
say that,
deeper.
yeah. So I mean, with what was it, uh the the notes, right, and then 1862 with the first literal implementation of the dollar. That's when the dollar was created, right, as a currency. But even then, that was still backed by the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that way now. And I think what's going to happen is this administration is going to get us into another war, and yeah, we're probably going to steal a bunch of resources, and you know, same business as usual as the prior administration, and then I mean, I guess you could say Trump's administration before that, but the
I bet you they're
Obama
gonna replace
administration is before.
Maduro. I bet you they're gonna replace Maduro with another Maduro when they're done. Just
Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah.
Taliban
Oh
in
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Afghanistan.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a
You know what I
Maduro
mean?
that they like. Yeah,
Yeah, his son.
yeah, yeah. It's but yeah, you're right. It's like they replaced the Taliban with the Taliban after we pulled out of Afghanistan. So, um, I was still in the Air Force at that point in time, watching the pullout,
That was disgusting.
dude.
You,
That was the last hope that I ever had in the United States
bro,
military.
bro. Why was I seeing an Afghani kids, like the babies, being thrown over barbed wire to American soldiers?
Not just
Because
that, not not
these are the
just
families that have helped American personnel with intel, and now you're pulling out and leaving them to the Taliban.
not just that, but the very people who were so desperate to leave, they were clinging on a what is it? I think it was a C5, either it was a C5 or C17. They were falling off of the plane,
As it was
plummeting.
taking off.
Yeah, plummeting to their death because at least they had a better chance there than they would getting beheaded by the Taliban.
Or and Lord only knows what else. The last thing you'll get is beheaded by them. Before that, it's free. It's a free country there.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know, the Afghani culture loves guns just as much as you guys, right?
Oh, I'm sure they do, especially when it comes to weddings.
That's funny. That's funny.
I've seen a couple of videos where there was some pretty close calls. Some pretty close calls. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
Spectre. Forts win wars. Squidward and wars pay the bills. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Try to be a SpongeBob as much as you can. Don't be a Squidward, man.
You have a couple of countries that are going to war with each other, and then guess what? You can make tanks for both of those countries and make double the profit. Isn't that interesting? Scumbags, man. Spectre,
Oh
my
yeah.
brother Roger struggled with the kid thing, of course I would too. I saw those videos. It was heartbreaking, man. Some of them, so dude, some of them were getting caught on bop wire. They were getting caught on the C wire, having their organs ripped out of them, dude. Some of them, some of them weren't even caught by soldiers, and they suffered fatal injuries as their heads smashed onto the concrete. Yeah,
What the hell, man? And
that's
weren't
war.
American personnel being fired upon by the Taliban while this was happening?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay, because I heard sometime when that pullout was happening that a Marine like died at the hands of
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
no, you're talking
Taliban.
about you're talking so at the airport there were 13 Marines that we lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? These are Marines we're talking about. And
And we did
what?
we didn't just leave Afghanis behind. There were American citizens that were left behind.
Yeah, yeah, what the fuck? I thought it was America first.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but we're not important enough to keep around.
If you're if
Only when we're not aware to what's going on is where we're kept around.
if your
Um,
own people, if Americans aren't important to America, who is? Who is?
we know who it is.
Fuck. God damn it. It's always the usual suspects, man. I swear. Like, I wish I could be laughing right now.
You
But
just can't. There's only so much that you could laugh at, before it
like
gets really sad.
why? Why is Henry Ford right all along?
I don't know what Henry Ford says.
Oh. Okay. Well, all I'm gonna tell you
You could probably tell me off stream.
no, no, no. All I'm gonna say is, the leader of the Nazi Germany, uh, that guy,
Mm-hmm.
the AH guy,
Yeah,
right?
the weird
The
mustache
mustache.
man. Yeah,
He had a picture of Henry Ford on his desk.
interesting. That's pretty
Right.
interesting.
And Henry Ford also invented the car where the chassis is made out of all hemp.
Why hemp?
Because hemp it's marijuana, right? But
Right.
the
Yeah.
hemp itself is it's super like it has a lot of dexterity to be
Yeah.
in many different things.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So fiberglass
Hemp is used for a lot of things. Yeah.
until the big oil company said no, 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 no. We want
Yep.
money.
Mm-hmm. That.
So
Yep.
then you get
Yep.
you get
Cheaply built things.
yeah, the
That's
Rockefellers.
that's why our houses are crumbling. That's why our streets are crumbling. That's why our bridges are crumbling. You know, build it cheaper, build it faster, charge more. Isn't that interesting, dude? What? All right, I gotta read some. I gotta read these comments here.
No, no, go. Sorry.
He told me in the sandbox that kids would scream, running at them, but there was no way to know if they were packed with IED. Yep, that's true. That's true. When I was younger, in high school, um, there was a security forces member before me, because that's actually what I was when I joined. Um, he told me a story of how he was in Afghanistan, and when it comes to security for security forces, if there's a red line, a lot of the times, um, if someone crosses that red line, depending on the situation, there's no talking. There's no get down. There's no get away. There's only a pop that goes off, right?
Mm.
And what he said is that there was this 19-year-old kid who, possibly younger than that, was running towards him and crossed the red line and dropped him. So
Oh.
there's a lot of that too, unfortunately.
Uh,
All right, so
hardcore, man.
unfortunately, Spectre, he said, you only have a few seconds to react. Yeah, it's true. You do. Sure, you do. So you gotta think pretty quickly. You gotta think pretty quickly. So,
Oh,
but
how much pressure do you guys need to be under? Seriously. You out of all other citizens in a state have so much pressure that it's a regular person cannot handle it.
um,
If you take a Sri Lankan, okay, and put him in America,
mm,
I don't think he's gonna be like sound of mind after he's in the retirement. That's all I'm gonna say.
well,
Because
again,
the amount of stuff that you guys go through
it's conditioning.
in your own home country, yeah,
Again, it's
it's
conditioning.
wild to me.
We are conditioned to work more, produce more, accept less. Right.
That's wrong, man.
And that's just how we've been. So how we've been conditioned to live.
That's wrong, man.
You know.
So all of these veterans that fought the wars for you guys to be the best country in the world has died for literally nothing
Yeah. Exactly.
because they thought that they would sacrifice for your better future. And look, oof, that's so stupid, man.
That's what we thought. We thought we thought that we were doing something. We thought that we were fighting for freedom. That's what we thought. We thought we were fighting for freedom, but we weren't. We weren't. And then
I
now
do believe
the
in the American
22,
spirit, though.
I do as well. I love I like I said I love the heart of what Americana is. Um,
Yeah,
but
real
then
Americana.
um, when veterans come back, right? Well, I mean when service members come back and we become veterans, uh, that number 22, I looked at it just earlier. Actually, when I was doing my video over being denied for my service connectivity for PTSD with the VA,
Right.
they the number isn't 22 a day anymore. It's not. It's up. It's up to the 40s now.
What?
Yeah.
40s
44, 45
for a day.
a day. Yeah.
So you're telling me that even when I learned that there were more veterans dying in America than in the Battle of Iraq in 2003? So you're saying that number keeps climbing.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's wrong, dude.
Oh yeah. It is.
As a non-American, sorry, but that's fucking wrong
It is.
for any country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish this got more. Yep. 43. 43 a day.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's wrong, man.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
We go when we fight the wars that these oligarchs want us to go fight. They convince us by these false flag operations, let's say through 9/11, and then
Uh,
they then benefit from that while we come back and we're forgotten about.
Literally forgotten about. Like, your service didn't mean fuck all. Like, why are you saying you're a veteran? What are you, loser?
Yeah.
Like, that's that. No, but the ancient Romans never did that to their own soldiers. Because what that would be that would go against what the empire or the republic at that time stood for. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know, man. Spectre, I do 43 a day, even part crippled for my brothers that did not return, cousins. Okay, my brothers came home. I'm glad they came back home, man. But they
Yeah,
never came
same
home.
here, man.
That's right. You never do. You
Yeah,
never
no.
do. Once you see all the things that you have, you never really
Leave.
there's a piece of you that stays there. You know.
No.
I have things that pop into my head all the time. The things that I wish I could unsee, but you can't. You know, and
I,
it's
I
that way for a lot of veterans.
I can't relate because I'm not a veteran, but
Right.
I don't wish that upon my worst enemy.
Oh yeah. No. Um. I saw a
I just
video
wouldn't.
of what's her name? It's some Muslim chick uh, who was talking
Okay.
about she was wishing PTSD on
Oh,
veterans.
Frogan.
Yeah, that's it.
Frogan.
Yeah,
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 the
that's what. Yeah.
fat pig streamer, right? She can't eat bacon but looks like one. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. She was literally wishing PTSD on veterans that she didn't agree with.
No, that's
So,
all America. That's all veterans. Like, if you don't agree with one, like, and you're saying that you don't
well,
agree
what
with
she
any of
was
them.
what she was saying, and I understand it. Stay with me here. Because she said that she wished PTSD on the ones who knew, right, what they what they did in Iraq and still supported it, right? So,
Okay.
even though that is wrong, right? You still don't really wish PTSD on people because I have it,
Well,
and
here's the thing.
that shit sucks.
Here's the thing. Psychopaths don't get PTSD. They get nostalgia.
That's true. That's true.
So what is she wishing upon? You're literally you're putting a horrendous mindset on victims that believe falsely of the premise of you going into Iraq, which is Gulf War 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally Bush Senior continuing what, Bush Junior's father started
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you learn that Osama was a CIA operative.
Yeah.
Um.
Against the communists in Afghanistan when they invaded. And then right after the Soviet Union pulled out, guess what happened in 91?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where empires fall.
Yeah. That's where every empire goes to fall. All right, Spectre. Yeah, it's got to be awful. I still wake up in cold sweats seeing brains on the floor and those dogs just circling my principal. Is that are you waking up in cold sweats with that? Is that what you're telling me, bud? Um,
Because that's not fun, man.
I know a buddy of mine. He he would wake up in cold sweats, screaming, and yeah, it wasn't good for him. Um,
No.
yeah,
But you gotta let it out somehow. You can't have that built up pressure and carry it with you. That's
well, that's uh, it's exactly how I release mine is through comedy. You know, um, you just laugh it off. 99% of what I even joke about is just me just bullshitting. So but
which hey, you're doing it the healthy way, man.
trying to. And there are other things that I do too, like making dioramas or my music or whatnot. There's all kinds of other ways to cope. And I wish more veterans had that. You know
I
that
wish that
that
too,
kind of
man.
outlet
They
instead
they
of
did they did something that I can't do.
yeah
Put their country before themselves.
yeah
I
that's true
can't do that.
that's true that's true. It's
I'll admit it. I'm bitch made, but I recognize real.
you
Like I'll
gotta
just be real.
that takes a lot within people to do too. Recognize that they don't have the courage to look within themselves and realize, hey, look, I just don't have what it takes. You
No.
know, so
No, but that's why like when I hear about a veteran, like at the least I'll do is take off my fucking hat.
yeah, and just thank them. You know,
You know?
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you guys.
yeah,
Especially in the chat that have to deal with all of that stuff. I mean it. Thank you. Cuz I wouldn't be able to do it. I can't. I would be a statistic.
yeah. There was as we were saying earlier, with me wanting to start a men's group and told that I was sexist for doing so, right? And then check this out, right? So when my ex-wife and I were going through a divorce, I remember um that same day I was late to work like an
Mm,
hour, right? That's something
okay.
that's never supposed to happen. However, I was having a mental break, understandable, right? um,
Yeah.
my life was crumbling down. I was treated as a joke at when I went into work from the time I left, and then I was treated as a joke when I got home. Now, rightfully so, because I wasn't the man that
Some
I should have
fucking
been.
colleagues you got.
Right.
I'm sorry, but
Um,
yeah.
but then again, I wasn't the man I really should have been. Understandable, right? Um, but I didn't deserve that. Anyways,
No.
I'm breaking down. I'm sobbing in front of my flight chiefs and all that stuff. I'm talking like they were E6s, tech sergeants, E7, master sergeants, right? And
Right.
they were high ranking people. One of them, at the end of the day, pulls me off to the side and he says, "Hey man, I know you were late to work today, but here's what I need from you. I need you to come in an hour early tomorrow. I need you to arm up, and you're going to go out to the same position that you were uh, today." So I was armed up, and I was sitting alone uh, for that shift, an hour early. So if I wanted to become a statistic that day, that would have been the place to do it. You know, they
Mm,
don't they you are seen as a number.
hmm.
Because I remember I was arguing with another flight chief of mine, another E6, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this was over an exercise. So they had directed us to leave someone by themselves, especially if there was a dangerous person in the vicinity, right? And I
Okay.
said, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, right? Because the whole thing was leave the person alone by themselves, even if there was a dangerous person in the vicinity, to safeguard an asset that's millions of dollars. I was like, dude, look, do you not realize how much money we spend on just one person in the military? Millions of dollars, equivalent to the equipment that we have in these hangars. But you want me to leave someone out here, right? We're always talking about the buddy system. Where's your battle buddy, right? We're always talking about that. But you want me to leave someone by themselves? I said, I'm not doing that. I'm
That
not doing
doesn't
that.
make any sense.
I'm not doing that. And they hated me. They hated me. And no one went to bat for me. No, nobody. I
No,
I
because
I had a staff sergeant who would take my side, right, when leadership wasn't there. When leadership wasn't there, I'd be like, to tell him what's going
right.
on, and be like, "Oh, dude, that's fucked up." But then we would go and we would talk with leadership, our flight chiefs and
Uh-huh.
stuff. Immediately, he would crumble like a deck of cards. So that's the that's that's the military, dude. That is the military. And I I always get hate comments. Oh, you must have been a dirtbag. You must have been someone who really just hated being in the military. Uh, it's not for a bad reason. Okay, I hated it because we were told one thing, but we were given another. You know,
Classic.
I'm very proud of going and serving the nation, having the courage. Because the first time I ever flew on a plane was me going to basic military training in San Antonio, Texas. That was the first time I was away from home. First time I flew a plane. The second time I flew a plane was going to Korea.
Mm,
First time being out of country by myself, going to Korea.
damn.
I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of what I did, right? I'm proud of who I was.
Yeah,
But
you represented
exactly, you know. But then you learn the truth about things
slowly.
slowly but surely. You learn the truth about things. So in that sense, you become black pilled, and it's just like, bro, you know. But yeah, I think this country is about to tear itself apart here pretty soon. because AI is about to make a massive sweep across uh, America through jobs. The only thing
Mm.
that won't be affected right now are the trades, right? That's why I was talking about HVAC
For
earlier.
now,
For now.
until robotics kicks into high gear
Yep.
because of AI,
hmm And then
right?
we're gonna we're I mean if we think that women on OF is a massive spike now, just wait until the next few years
With AI,
because
AIOF.
women represent over 50% of the workforce. And most of these women are working in office jobs, right? So when AI starts sweeping these office jobs, right? Because most of them are useless. They are,
They
right?
are.
Because these are jobs that are just requiring people to send emails, right? And just show up. That's exactly why. Because they're there to fill a spot, right? So when AI starts filling all of these jobs, then that's when we're going to start seeing a spike in OF registrations. And then at that point, right? Because the trades are already having a massive spike in men who are wanting to join, right?
Mm.
I mean, the list for the trade schools are starting to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, they can't handle the amount of, demand that
Exactly.
people want to get into those institutions.
Yep. Exactly. So that is going to get uh, it's going to create a massive strain on the economy when we don't have
Oh,
enough
big
people
time.
making enough money, especially to provide for their families. So people are going to start starving. When people are going to, when people starve, I mean, we're already seeing it enough with the EBT stuff going on, right? When
Yeah,
people
not
start
even that.
starving,
Like,
people are going to get desperate.
not even that. Americans being priced out of their own fucking homes and becoming homeless, doing all the right shit.
Yep. Yep.
It's they did nothing wrong. It's just they've been priced out.
Yep. They've been priced out.
What?
We've all been priced out. So
Yeah.
the only way, I don't want to end this on a bad note, so what I will say, the only way that we can really fix this, and this is why I harp on men stepping up, is that we start running for office en masse, and we start
Oh yeah.
taking positions from these traders who are selling America out.
Yeah.
And um, we start making policy changes. To bring things back to America. Because
Simple as that.
if that doesn't happen, then America is just doomed. And honestly,
It's not just
I
America,
think it's already doomed. To be honest with you,
but it's not just you guys.
it's the
If
rest
you
of the economy.
fall, we all fall.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Because America has a massive stake in many other economies. Germany is one of them. Germany is a big one. So,
Huh. Yeah.
so, but there are things that can be done.
Yeah,
Protesting,
for sure.
running for office,
And
as Brandon Herrera is doing. Brandon Herrera is running for office, in
yeah,
the 23rd district of Texas, and I support that wholeheartedly.
that's why I
That's
support
awesome.
the guy too.
hmm And I
Like, I don't see
hope he
anything wrong with him.
I hope he wins it. I really do. I hope he wins it.
Oh, that would be so great if he
That would be
wins.
beautiful. It would be so beautiful. And then have an investigation done on Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
please. Why not?
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. So, but
Mm.
um all of the grim signs that we're seeing of a collapse